The $1 million shot. How do you like that?
Oh, my goodness. The superstars rise when the occasion comes.
The 2026 AFL Community Series on AFL Nation. Thanks to Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
The AAMI Community Series continues from Mandurah in Perth, with Fremantle up against the Adelaide Crows. Two teams who played in the finals in last season. It's great to be with you on AFL Nation right around Australia. John Donohoe with you as the AAMI Community Series continues and opening round draws ever closer. Always fun to spend an afternoon or some time with our expert today, David Schwartz, the Ox. Hello, Ox. Welcome back.
Hello, John. Great to be here. Looking forward to this one. As you said, two sides have played finals footy last year. They're expecting to improve. I'm actually tipping Fremantle to win the flag this year, so I'm expecting to see them really start to believe in what they're delivering, because I think that's been one of their biggest issues, that whilst they've got a lot of talent, they just don't believe that they can put games together week in, week out, and then get to the final series and then perform. But Adelaide, they'll be super disappointed with their finish to last year. They've got a little bit to show, and so two sides similar in their development progress at their stage of probably their evolution. They're not far apart, so it'll be a good guide between these two sides today.
Who was more disappointing last year? Because Adelaide finishes top. They have an easy passage, fair to say. Adelaide Oval, 2 games guaranteed. They lose them both. Freo go into a final series at home against a team that's never been there before. They lose by a point. It was an epic. It was a great game, and those things happen. Who was more disappointing?
I think the Adelaide Crows. They had it all their own way. And they played some good footy, and we know what happened at the end of the year, and probably their most important player didn't end up playing in the final series, which was disappointing. They got a lot of talent. And they got a lot of star factor. But it's okay to have a season like they had. But they'd want to bounce back this year, because when you finish on top and you've been the best side in the home and away and you get bundled out in straight sets, it doesn't happen regularly. In fact, it happens very, very rarely. And I think Matthew Nicks and his troops will be well aware that they need to really, give themselves that opportunity again, but have a more ruthless edge to themselves.
And from a Freo perspective, as we look at Mason Cox lining up for goal, so his first outing in Fremantle colours, obviously coming across from Collingwood. Judd McVie, a man you would have watched closely at Melbourne.
Yeah, a little bit, it's bittersweet watching Judd McVie. But look, great kid, great pickup. Go home factor, and Melbourne's lost, Fremantle's game.
They're an interesting side, Freo. I know you said there you're tipping them for the flag. For some reason last year, I could never trust them. I never felt like they were that dominant team that was going to win a flag. And do I feel that they've gone to the next step this year? Not really. For some reason, I need to see more from them.
I think what we'll see is, and we spoke about that belief, they've got so much talent up forward and so much talent in the middle of the ground. I think sometimes we pigeonhole our players, and what we do is we restrict them from doing what they do. So let them use that flair and that individuality, which has got them to be drafted and then to be play as an AFL player. If they allow that to happen, I reckon you're going to see some really good stuff from some really good stuff from a side that is starting to believe in what they're doing.
I'll need to give them 4 or 5 weeks to see if I can fully trust them.
And I agree with that. I agree. I just think if they get it right and they play their best, they're going to win their 10 games at home. And if they sneak 4 or 5 away, they're going to be playing finals. And if they win 7 away from home, well, they're going to be in the top 3 or 4.
They've got a reasonable start to the season. They go down to Geelong to start the season, where they did last year. Murphy Reid kicked 4 goals, burst onto the scene. Melbourne at Optus Stadium, Richmond at Optus Stadium, then Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval, followed by Collingwood in Gather Round, and then West Coast. So out of those 6, you'd imagine they take 4, potentially 5.
Well, they have to. If they don't, well, I'm changing my premiership tip. So, now Mason Cox isn't Polly Farmer.
No.
Mason Cox isn't Max Gorn. Well, what he does is he becomes a headache and he becomes another option. So he'll do his job. But it's players like Shea Bolton and their little forwards that need to get busy. They need to be better than what they have been because they've got the bigs.
Yep.
You know, I love Tracy, I love Luke Jackson, but their little fellas just have to be better at what they do than what they've been doing.
What do you make? So we've seen a lot of pre-season games to date. We're in the back end of it now, and obviously a couple to come tomorrow. But these two teams aren't playing in opening round, so they've got a bit of an extra sort of week or so. Does that change how they go about playing this game? So we just saw the Saints. We just saw the Saints played a pretty high intensity. They're up on Sunday.
Yeah.
I wonder what these two teams will do.
No, I reckon they'll have a go. I reckon they'll have a go today. This is their last big hit out. They have a week to rest. And it's good fortune because if there is a concussion, they've got the time to recover.
Yep.
But this is the last real, hit out you get to have against good opposition before you actually start a very long season. So, no, I'd expect the first half in particular will be pretty hot and frenetic, and then it should just slow down and they'll cruise into the second part of it. So, really like, and I don't pay a lot of attention to these community games, to be honest. I just want the players to get through safe and healthy and not feel as though that they've got to be a 6-goal game or a 30-possession game. Just got to get through, blow the cobwebs out, and just sharpen your execution, decision making. And
from Adelaide's point of view, I think they've got probably the most dangerous, along with the Bulldogs potentially, the most dangerous forward setup in football. When you factor in Isaac Rankin and the smalls that go through there as well, Thilthorpe, Fogarty, Walker, they've just got a punch after punch after punch. Going out in straight sets last year, I think, was a big blow for them. After they did all the hard work to get to the top of the ladder. Yep. And they had, as I said, the easy passage to a prelim final. I just wonder how that'll mentally sort of take them into 2026. Yeah, it's always a very big wake-up call when you go in straight sets. They would have done a bit of work over on the pre-season. You mentioned their forward line. I think Fremantle's is better. You reckon? Tracy? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's better. I think what they've got is they've got more versatility, and they've got. I just think with Adelaide's forwards, they're a bit similar. Yeah. So Tex and Fogarty, quite similar. Thilthorpe's obviously a star, Rankin's a star, but Fremantle have got. It is deep. Yeah. Like, it runs deep, and Voss will improve. Well, Tracy kicked 44-18 last year. Patrick Voss, 37 goals, 23. Amos, 32. I actually think someone who's going to benefit middle of the ground and forward is Luke Jackson with the new ruck rules as well, because I think a bit like Tom De Koning, he's a high leaper that's going to get first use and then go forward. Murphy Reid with 25 goals, Bolton with 28. So, and then you got Frederick. Yeah, Frederick as well, who's got 30. So they run super, super deep. So if you think that they're not going to be potent up forward, if they get the ball inside 50 more than their opposition, gee, good luck stopping that. Absolutely. A couple of notable absentees for the Dockers today. No Luke Ryan, no captain Alex Pearce. So Josh Tracy will take the captain's armband today. Brennan Cox is out. Sean Darcy, Sam Switkowski and Jeremy Sharp all not playing. I don't like how Sean Darcy's not ready. He's missed a lot of footy. He's a huge man. Yeah. I remember, I think it was Neil Baum said, weight stops the best racehorses in the land. Yeah. And he just can't seem to get on the park regularly. I just saw Oscar McDonald. I'd actually forgotten about Oscar McDonald. Oscar McDonald is the reason my son barracks from Melbourne. There you go. So he went down to... He was wavering. He wanted to barrack for Geelong because we lived down that way. Yep. And footy days at school, 22 Geelong jumpers and one little Melbourne pleb. So I had to take him into the rooms, and Oscar McDonald and Nathan Jones and Jeremy Howe took him out on the ground, and Oscar McDonald became my son's favourite player. So to Oscar, well done on being a journeyman in footy and keeping your AFL career alive. It's well deserved. Absolutely. So for the Crows, some bigger outs, and I think we haven't touched on Callum Archie and what a recruit he will be for them. Two-time premiership player. No Archie, no Riley O'Brien. This Lockie McAndrew Riley O'Brien battle is interesting because I think it's being swayed to Lockie McAndrew now, who's only played 2 games of AFL footy and yet to play an actual AFL game for the Crows. So it's interesting that he's not on the side. Isaac Rankin's still out. Isaac Cumming, Mitch Hinge, Saligo, Berry, Peatling, Keane and Dan Curtin are all out. The big Luke Jackson will go into the ruck to start the centre bounce. And the new rule will certainly help him. He's an athletic type. He'll get around the ground, and really looking forward to Luke Jackson having a
a big season. I think he could be that swing player and could have a big say in a lot of matches they play this year.
Two teams with high expectations going into 2026. We're in Mandurah. It's a beautiful afternoon for football. It's the Dockers up against the Crows. Crows in their yellow training kit. Dockers in their traditional purple, and away we go. Jackson got up high. Brayshaw won the first clearance. Gave the handball into a bit of space. And then one back there by Sharp, who sends him inside 50. In fact, it was Young. Sent him inside 50, and the ball will go out of bounds.
Now, if he stays fit, if Young stays fit for the year, he's so important.
Yeah.
Like, so important. He's just the cherry on top. So, and talk about going forward. He'll go forward and kick some big bags this year.
He's their wild card, I reckon. Ball thrown in, left forward pocket. Jackson takes it out of the ruck, snaps from the... Oh, that's a great finish. It was from the paint of 50. In fact, it was just inside. Oh, that's a goal. He has kicked the goal. That's a great finish from Luke Jackson. We mentioned how important he's going to be as he spun it around on his boot and sent it high into the sky, and it drifted and went in for the first goal of the afternoon.
Well, he took it out of the ruck, and the young ruckman you mentioned just before, Dawson, he was just pushed out of the way.
Yeah.
And I just want to see, it was right on the line. The umpire had no hesitation. It looked like he was in a good spot. I'm not sure if we're going to have goal line technology down at Mandurah. So it'll be given. Luke Jackson wasn't sure if it was through. He's had an interesting off-season with the tattoos on the arms. He's looking more and more like Libba every single day. So they're awful tattoos. Awful. Well, they're just everywhere.
47 seconds is all it took, Ox. Dockers by 6 points. Ball back in the middle. Toe poked Tar forward for Fremantle. Bolton tried to get it out of there. Here's Rochelle, Dan stepping, sending them inside 50 now, the Crows, for the first time today. Up goes Murray. Toby Murray.
Against Oscar McDonald. And so the Adelaide Crows, and Murray, he's a big lad.
Yeah, he's
about 6 foot. He's 6'7" in the old.
200 centimetres. Yeah. Toby Murray. Yeah. He's the brother of Nick.
So big lad.
Yeah.
Looks like a Russian boxer. So wearing the number 39 for the Adelaide Crows. We'll have a look at his style. Haven't seen much of his kicking action as yet.
Pick 7 in the mid-season draft of 2024. Yet to debut for the Crows. Right behind him as he starts at left and can't bring it back.
Young fella.
To the left.
Went back and off to the side, and that's exactly where the footy went. So good work by Rochelle in the middle of the ground to get the ball inside 50. Just sold it out a little bit, and good entry inside 50.
Dockers play on from fullback. Deep in the right back pocket. Tracy sends it deep down the wing. In fact, Tracy's in this pack. Reed read it nicely. Jackson looping up the handball to Sarong, who again just dumped it out of there via hands, and he was pushed. The umpire said bring that one back downfield. He will go Bolton's way.
It's like Bolton's playing further up the ground than what he normally does. He came in off the square at the centre bounce, and he's also got that one probably 75-80 from home.
Matt Johnson on broadcast wing. He sends it high into the right forward pocket. Breeze taking it. Tracy went up. Here's Bolton off the crumb, dribbles it towards goal and missed.
And that's where he's dangerous. Like, he just took off. Looks like he's done a power of work. He needs to have a good year.
He looks fitter, doesn't he?
I thought last year he underperformed, and sometimes that happens. So he's looks like he's done the work.
Nick Murray just bombs this straight down the centre of the ground. That's gone over the centre circle, and now they're into attack all of a sudden again. Keys was shoved off it by Banfield. One back there is McDonald. Gives it to Chapman. Dribbles one to left half back. Made hard work of it for Clark. It was dumped out over the line, and we'll get a boundary throw in. Look at this kick on the replay.
So he kicked it from 15, and it's gone past the centre circle. So it's gone 70.
Yeah.
It's a good kick. There's a lot of breeze behind him, though.
All thrown in inside 50. McAndrew up against Jackson. Jackson got to front position, paddled it down in front of him. Young was there. Was he being held by Dawson? He was.
McAndrew.
You have to flip the page.
I'm not joking with McAndrew when I say this. He doesn't know anything about ruck work just yet.
David Schwartz, our expert here on AFL Nation.
He'll get better, but he's just totally getting out-moved and getting out-positioned by an experienced player in Luke Jackson. So
2 games for the Sydney Swans he's played, that's it.
Well, if you watch him, he's watching Luke Jackson, and he's probably got 3 or 4 inches on him. And on this occasion, gets the front position. Luke Jackson pushes him under the footy and just wins another tap down.
Having a big day. Now it goes the way of Wagner, who sends them to half forward, the Dockers. Ball at ground level. One back by Nankervis. Given to Laird. Always good user of the ball, and is on this occasion. Crows have it on the outer wing. Dawson got on the end of the pass. Chip down the line.
They're pushing their numbers down, so they've got a defensive zone here, the Fremantle Dockers.
Inside 50 for the Crows. The fly came from Tex. Bread and butter stuff from Taylor Walker.
And that's their problem at the moment, Fremantle. When it's going inside the corridor, they're just being exposed. So they're trying to zone and get back, but the wind is so strong that the ball's carrying 60, 70 metres.
Yep.
And you get inside your tall forwards, and it's going to be very, very hard to defend.
Great kick from Laird to his advantage. Let out, full stretch. Tex, 35 years old. Still an important part of this Crows lineup. Comes in from 40 metres out, slide angle, starts at left. Has he brought it back enough? Not enough.
Tried to steer that through rather than kick it through.
So a minor score for Taylor Walker. 117, 2 behinds. Scoreboard for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. Taylor Walker can have an impact this year, no doubt, for the Crows forward of the footy. As the Dockers come down the broadcast wing, ball off hands. Bolton was there, as was Brayshaw, who was wrapped up in a strong tackle by Alex Neil-Bullen.
She was never going to get away from that tackle, Brayshaw. It is a big breeze. It's probably a 4-goal breeze to the Adelaide Crows this quarter.
McAndrew got the clean tap there, only to the path of Sarong. And then Dawson wraps him up. Another ball up at right half back for Freo. Down into the path of Toby Murray. In fact, Charlie Edwards it was for the Crows. Ball spills out the back of the contest. McDonald was there, went to ground. Involved there is Pedler, who nearly threaded the needle from the boundary, but can't do so.
It would have been a sharp chance. Let's just looking at McAndrew. Do you know how big he is?
210 centimetres.
So he's 1 centimetre off Max Gorn. So he's nearly 7 foot.
Freo come from full back. Ball at half forward. Brayshaw getting busy, just left it behind. Pedler scooped it up. Tried to spin out of trouble. 2 Dockers were there, couldn't do so. Charlie Edwards flicks it back. Dawson. Now, kick came from Cook. He was battered in the contest. Ball inside 50, bobbling around for the Dockers. And covered by Hugh Davies, who was in trouble but found Murphy Reid as the ball goes out of bounds over the line, left forward pocket.
Yeah, they are having a go. They're having a go. It is serious. So they're going pretty heavy at the moment. They need to score though, the Adelaide Crows, because they're kicking into a 4-goal. They're kicking with a 4-goal breeze.
Left forward pocket. Adelaide Crows end of the ground. Jackson v McAndrew. Jackson did well. Hammered it out the back. Chapman had to get rid of it quickly. Here's Charlie Edwards on the scene. Throws it on the boot. Can it come back enough? No. 21, 2023, yet to debut. Charlie Edwards. That was a nice bit of work through the middle of the ground.
Looks like he's playing forward.
Yeah.
And Fremantle, they'll be happy to just chip it around to get out of danger zone, but the breeze is heavy. So they can't afford to kick at 60 metres. Well, they can't even kick at 60 because the breeze just holds it up.
Banfield's at right half back. Sends it down the wing in the Jackson direction. Ball off hands. Spills out the back to Dowling. Again, it's one back by Frederick, so pressure high in this one as Laird nearly threw his opponent to ground. They are going in hard here. Des Charlie Edwards again, throws it on his boot. Just a searching ball inside 50. 2 Dockers tracking it back. One of them's Hugh Davies. He'll settle things down into the pocket, finds Jordan Clark.
Well, they've got to have someone at safety of the Adelaide Crows. You can't have all your players outside the taking 50 when you're kicking with the breeze, because there was no one there when the ball came in.
Sets this one up high, does Clark, into the breeze, and there's Cox, who jumped unopposed. No one around him. Went to take it in the hands and then on the chest. So the former Pie with his first touch in purple. Long down the wing. Breeze holds that one up again. In the contest was Bond. Did nicely, spinning out of trouble. Looking for Nankervis, who was a Worrell, in fact it was. He was coming off the bench. And they get a ball up.
And that'll be the kick that Justin Longmuir won't like. When you're kicking into the breeze, you can't go inside the corridor to a 50-50. You either go to a loose or you hug the boundary line.
In dispute again. Paddle down by the rucks, and we'll get another ball up as it Chase Jones comes away with it.
Beautiful weather in Mandurah and a good crowd in too. Just getting ready for the Dockers, who they'll see will be playing in 14 days.
Yes.
So they've got the week off. So the last chance to have a look at their troops and what they've done over the pre-season. Cox
into the ruck now. Murphy Reid left it behind. It's towed to the middle of the ground for the Crows. Rochelle threw it on his boot. High ball to half forward. Coming out was Fogarty. Oh, the step was beautiful on Davies. Low and flat punch inside 50. Walker mopped it up. Keys is there if they want him. Instead, Pedler takes it and pumps it through. Nice build-up from the Crows. And that was very sharp by the big man Fogarty at half forward. And they get their first goal on the board. 1-4-10, 1-1-7 on the scoreboard for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
I thought there could have been 2 free kicks. Fogarty got a push in the back. Then Tex got a push in the back. That wasn't, or it was held. They're just having a bit of trouble with the big fellas at the moment. So if the Adelaide Crows are smart, rather than just bombing it in, just put it out in front and give their big troops an opportunity to lead up with the footy. But Pedler's been busy early. But it's the wall they're setting up through the centre of the ground. They can't afford to go through the corridor of Fremantle unless it is to a free. So they've got to play a little bit conservative, considering they are kicking into a pretty strong breeze.
10 plays 7, Crows lead. Breeze is wreaking havoc. It is so strong to the left of your screen, left of your radio dial. John Monho and David Schwartz with you on AFL Nation. Cox into the ruck now. Up against big Toby Murray. Ball to half forward for Fremantle. One away by Wagner. He just burst off his opponent and then chips inside 50 looking for a target. Jackson was that target. Paddled it to his own advantage. Mopped it up beautifully. Jackson on the left boot through it. And it went out of bounds on the full. But I tell you what, this is ominous signs for Freo and the competition.
He looks sharp. Yeah. He looks like he's enjoying his footy at the moment. So Luke Jackson's going to be a handful for anybody he's playing on him this year.
Worrell out of defensive 50, looking for Walker on the broadcast wing. Free kick. It'll go Mason Cox's way.
Pushing the back by Tex.
Yep. Cox,
he's got the glasses on. He's got the
sport goggles, I like to call them.
He might even have the extra tint in there this year too.
That one holds up in the breeze. Tracy was the target. Left it behind. Went the fend off. Gave it to Wagner. About 30 from goal. Had to quickly offload it. Landed in the lap there of Miller up. High ball to the outer wing. Davies did well for Freo. O'Meara involved in the contest. On hands and knees was Mitch Marsh, the young draftee, not the cricketer. And Chapman landed awkwardly there. I reckon he hyperextended his knee for a moment.
I thought he'd just done his knee. I thought he'd done it. He actually got pretty lucky. He might be pretty bandy.
Ball still in motion from the advantage as it was thrown out. Was it a free kick? There's whistles going everywhere. There is. That's a push, and it's a Crows free kick
against Sarong.
About 70 from goal. Attacking side of the wing. It'll go Charlie Edwards' way, who's been good early here. Gives it off to Rochelle on the run by. Sends it deep inside 50. Top of the goal square. Davies went up to take the mark. Umpire didn't pay it. Brayshaw was there on the last line. And then McVee, his first touch, wearing the 17 for the Dockers. Dumps it out of there, and the mark taken by Hugh Bond. About 60 from goal.
Got to be patient here because there's numbers everywhere. Well done.
Chips into the left.
Not a hard kick.
Forward pocket.
Now he's right on the apex of the 50 where the boundary line hits.
Yep.
And it is not a hard kick because he's got the breeze that'll work it back. So all he has to do is put it to basically the top of the goal square and the breeze will take it. He should be able to kick you 70.
Zach Taylor. He's tight against the boundary. He's just played the 26 games of AFL footy. He'll open up the angle from outside 50. Starts it right. Brings it back. And it's just fallen short. In fact, it stays in. Walker tightrope the goal line. Good spin out of trouble by Erasmus. Now in trouble again, though, is Tobin Murray for the Dockers. A lot of Murrays out there. 3 of them.
I thought that was poor goal line attending there. They should have let that go through. The Adelaide player actually went to mark it on the goal line. If he had to let it go, it would have been a goal.
Yeah. So we're in the right forward pocket for the Crows. Ball's lived down this end since the Jackson goal early. Cox in the ruck, paddled back into the path of Nankervis, who offloaded it quickly to Neil Bullen at half forward. Given away by Bond, backwards by Miller up. Thrown on the boot, inside 50 ball. Dockers have got numbers, and it's a nice mark taken deep inside defensive 50 by Erasmus.
He was well protected then, so I think it was Fredericks that was protecting him and did really well.
Chip short to Murphy Reid at left half back.
A great year last year. You see how he butters up second year.
24 games, 25 goals. He was unbelievable, the rising star, and this one was a nice kick central to O'Meara. Got it back, did Reid. Looped the handball over the top. Dockers into attack to half forward. Toby Murray came over the top from the Crows. Big spoil. Ball stayed in play. Here's Tobin Murray. Cox. Back to Reid. Chips inside. Good passage of play and nice build-up, and Wagner is on the end of it.
I like the look of Nick Murray that came over the top.
Yep.
Just got a really good leap on him. Good spoil, but had no crumbers at his feet. And now Fremantle, they'll have a shot. This is going to take his very best. He'll kick from 48. I don't think he can get the distance.
No, he sets it up to the top of the square. Beautiful lead from Tracy.
Surely
Easy
Adelaide,
as you like.
Adelaide had to know that he couldn't get the distance.
Dropped it in the bucket.
Amos has been injured here too. So
that was a beautiful pass, low and flat. He just recognised the lead from Tracy, and he's got a shot 20 metres, 30 metres out directly in front.
So left ankle for Amos. We'll see how he recovers, but it looks like he's going to come off.
44 goals for Josh Tracy in 2025. 23 years of age. Big, bright future ahead. He comes in and pops it through. So he gets his first on the board. A nice transition there from the Dockers Ox.
It was, but it was just poor defending by Adelaide. Surely they knew that he couldn't get the distance. You can't kick 50 into this breeze, and he was going to be kicking from 48, so I'd have to go 55 to clear the goal line. So just poor concentration by Adelaide. Luke Jackson having a rest on the bench, and just looking at Amos, he seems a little bit distressed. Let's see what happened.
Yeah.
Well, he might have copped a knee in the back of the calf.
Yep, that hurts.
So we'll just keep an eye on that. A couple of replays. It doesn't look that bad.
He came up holding his ankle, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But you get an indication of what his day looks like, but they can't afford injuries. So the Dockers back in front by 3 points. Cox playing ruck and then Rover as well. Gives it by hands to Bolton. Swings it to half forward. Barreling out was Tracy. Great lead.
Too quick.
He's probably too far out to score. He's about 67 metres from home.
He'd need 3 of them.
He would. Inside 50. Into the pocket. Ball floats in the Voss direction. Spoil came from Toby Murray. So there's a Toby Murray, a Nick Murray and a Tobin Murray in this, for the two teams today. Tobin from the Dockers, number 11.
I don't think anyone will be upset if we get it wrong. Let's just go with it.
Nick and Toby brothers for the Crows. Bolton flicks this one over the top to Murphy Reid inside attacking 50. Toe poke forward. And as far as Tracy, who got wrapped up in the Laird tackle, 30 from goal.
So let's see what the stoppage looks like here. I think Tracy will take the... Is it going to be true? No, it's going to be Cox came down.
Cox flicked out the back. Tracy again busy. Again, he's wrapped up by Butts. We're on about a metre more, so we might be 31 metres from goal now. Cox went attacking side this time. Nankervis gathered. Gave the hands to Michael Annie. Had to get rid of it quickly. So nicely, and they get to half back.
So just Adelaide have been stopped from their running game, so they've got to actually take a risk and get going instead of just bombing and trying to clear the lines.
So a long kick down the line was cut off by the Dockers. Chapman was there, and a nice step there by Brayshaw, but he coughed it up. Crows.
That's a good look.
To the edge of the square, where the mark's taken by Mitch Marsh. Draftee for the Crows.
Off the long run.
Yeah, absolutely he is. Launches this one inside 50. Booming kick. That went all of 60 metres, Ox. What a way to announce yourself on the big stage, albeit in a practice game.
Well, he's a sweeping left footer. The left footers are a good kick. Normally, he looked like very similar to Jordan Dawson, just wielding onto the left. And I don't reckon it was 60. Have a look where he kicked it from.
Yeah, he's inside.
That's 80.
Yeah, it might be 80 on the breeze.
It's 80 metres.
Son of Ben Marsh, who played in one of the Crows' flags.
Now, that's 80 metres. So that was 12 to 15 inside the centre square. So that's the sort of breeze that we're looking at. So
wow.
Adelaide get back to him a couple of points in front, 3 points in front, 13 plays 16. But I like the kick that went to Marsh. It was the short kick rather than just bombing along. And now they know you can kick them from 75, 80 metres. Go back and have a shot.
Absolutely. Toby Murray in the ruck got taken high. 19 years old, Mitch Marsh. 191 centimetre forward, and that's the things he can do. As the kick from Murray was beautiful to Dawson, leading out inside 50. And again, that's what they can do all day now, Ox. Just float it up in the breeze and get it as close to goal as possible.
Fremantle not thinking either. They didn't have the holes plugged. There's a poor free kick against Bolton trying to tackle a ruckman around the head. I don't know how that happens. he's got to be better than that. Bolton's got to be better than that. He's got to, really stop that sort of behaviour within his game.
Dawson, beautiful swinger. Started at the left and brought it back nicely. Reading the breeze beautifully from the Crows captain on the left boot. 2 in a row now for the Crows. 3-4-22. They lead 2-1-13. The tyre power, your trusted tyre experts.
And he enjoys it up forward. He reads the play well. But I was really impressed with the ruckman, who actually went back, just kicked it out into space, and Toby Murray is the ruckman I'm talking about. And then Dawson, he's going to finish it off pretty easily. It's an easy kick from left to right for him, and slotted it through from 45 out. So the Adelaide Crows just starting to work things out a little bit better in the latter part of this first quarter.
So 6.5 minutes to play, first term.
So Jackson back into the ruck, Young into the midfield with Bolton and Caleb Sarong.
McAndrew got up high, couldn't win the clearance, but got a hand to it. Dowling flicked the handball over the top to Dawson. Get a ball up, just defensive side for the Crows of the centre circle. Jackson back into the ruck, McAndrew up against him. Jackson won it down. Dowling took it away. Sarong won it back, though, and sends it inside 50 with a low, flat bullet
free kick
in the Tracy direction, and he was dragged down 40 metres out directly in front.
You keep presenting, and the ball comes to you. It's very hard to defend. And Tracy's got great wheels. Takes off, got a good set of hands, really hard to stop. And the only way he can do that is by giving away a free kick.
So it's a pretty frenetic end-to-end game, this one. It's for the Dockers' third. In the margin back to 3.
He's had the 3 touches, Tracy, but the 2 tackles. Kicked the one goal already.
Looks lively, doesn't he?
It's a good start considering they're kicking into the breeze.
Yeah. So he's just left of centre, on his way in. 44 goals last season. Should make no mistake here. And he kicks it through the middle. So the Dockers stand-in skipper on the board with his second of the afternoon. And the margin back to 3 points.
Just looks like he's done the work, doesn't it?
Yeah. It does. He's big. He's just...
Yeah,
he's a defender's nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah, the ones who have got speed and the ones that can sit on your head and the ones that are strong, they're really hard to stop.
Absolutely.
And when you're 23, he's got 10 years left. So he's going to be around for a long time. He can start building a pretty juicy career.
That is the scary part of it, isn't it? That he's 23, he's kicked 44 goals last year. He was an imposing figure in their forward line.
Yep.
He could be a guy in a couple of years' time. If he adds 20 to that this year, he gets to 60. You never know where he could end up in the all-time goal kicking.
I think him and Luke Jackson is using the same tattooist. But these stupid little spots all over themselves. I don't know what they're trying to get through.
You're noticing the big things today, Ox. I love it. It's great to have you back.
I'll analyse all the big stuff.
McAndrew just duffed this one. And then to Rochelle, who throws it on his boot inside 50. Ball got through a couple of Dockers defenders. Now Chapman, who was wrapped up by Rochelle. We've got a ball up inside attacking 50 for the Crows. 19 plays 22, the Crows lead. McAndrew came over the top of Jackson. Ball spilled to the ground. Asmus tried to clean it up. McAndrew, that was a real risky ruckman sort of operation, as Rochelle.
Shovel.
Yeah, it was.
Just watching McAndrew, his arms and legs are getting caught up. He's so big.
Yeah.
He's just learning the game.
Shelley tried to throw it on his boot quickly. Young mopped it up and threw it out of there to half back.
He's been good, Cox.
He took the mark and gave it off to Frederick, who takes a bounce on the outer side. Chips over the top in the Voss direction. Tracy, in fact. And he's everywhere, Tracy.
And Voss had pushed a long way down the ground, so he didn't have anyone to go to, so he's had to hold it up. Now he's asked to go.
Opens up the angle and sends it deep inside 50. Numbers with the Crows. Laird
Horrible kick.
takes the mark unopposed in the left back pocket.
If you're going to wait, well, you have to go in short or you've got to go to a target.
Yeah.
He waited and then kicked to space, and Adelaide had set up the zone.
Toby Murray in the pocket, chip short to Laird. Again in the left back pocket for the Crows. Down the broadcast wing. Looking for Taylor. Didn't want a piece of that, I don't reckon, Taylor. He heard the oncoming footsteps of Judd McVie. Ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
I think you're very kind there.
You reckon he pulled out of that?
Yep, he'll look back at that, and that'll be something they'll show him during the week and just say, right, you get protected in this game, so when it's your turn to go, you go.
Ball thrown in, broadcast wing. Jackson to front position, did well. Toe poke there from Johnson was clever. Bursting through was Pedler. Broke about 4 tackles there, and then on the left boot, chisels one down the line very nicely to big Mitch Marsh.
It's a good kick.
He can send it long and strong is what he does. Looking for Fogarty at the back. Couldn't take the mark, did he? He did.
He's a great kick, Mitch Marsh.
So Mitch Marsh with 2 possessions already, or 3 in fact, 2 of them meaningful deep inside 50. That was a beautiful raking left foot kick.
It's gone 75, 80 metres again.
Yep. He's going to be nice to watch if he can be a regular in this Adelaide team.
Especially when you're kicking with the breeze. As a forward, you just know you lead up and then double back.
So here's Fogarty. He points his shoulder to go in the left forward pocket around the body and jams it through for the Crows' 4th and his 1st of the afternoon. They look ominous here, the Crows. Both sides look good, but they probably chained the footy a lot better than the Dockers so far.
Yeah, we'll get a better gauge at half-time just with the conditions to see what...
Oscar McDonald got turned all around there.
Yeah. The ball's coming in that fast that doesn't matter who you're defending or how you're defending. You're not going to be able to stop, especially if you're playing in front. I would say that if I'm a defender, I'm playing from behind, when you're kicking against the breeze. So the ball's coming towards you. So if he does that, he's not going to get caught out like he has. But yeah, I like Mitch Marsh. He's a beauty. He just seems to know that get the ball on, get it into the right spots, get him into the dangerous positions, and you're half a chance.
Crows by 9 points, 4-4-28, 3-1-19. Jackson went to ground hard, but Sarong took away the clearance. Had to just throw it on his non-preferred as it dribbles just to the side, and then another toe poke into space. Beautiful interplay there between Young and Sarong, who then flicked the handball into Erasmus' path. Coughed it up, though. Turned over as he was looking for Reid. Out of defensive 50. Dowling. Finds big McAndrew, who, again, is all arms and legs. He was looking for Keys.
McAndrew's having trouble finding his handball. He's finding it hard to get. The technique's not right at the moment.
No, it's not. Keys getting busy. Fires the handball quickly to Laird, who was at the back. Dawson, a scrubbing kick to the broadcast wing. Bouncing ball in front of Fogarty was good. Had McDonald riding him shotgun. Erasmus clears it. And further afield, and only as far, though, this time as Bond. He's jumped on by Bolton. Wanted a free kick. He won't get it. So we're going to ball up just inside the boundary rope. Boundary rope. I've been doing too much cricket.
Too much
boundary
cricket,
line.
The boundary line. We haven't seen Jay Amos come back on yet. Or Jai Amos, I should say. You heard his ankle before.
Tumbled inside 50 by Bolton. Shea Bolton. Where are we going? About boundary throw in.
Voss hasn't been too
there is
busy.
Jai Amos.
Yeah.
He's still got the boots on.
Yeah, so he might be right to go soon.
Yeah.
So he looks more comfortable sitting on the bench.
In the right forward pocket. Fremantle kicking into the win this first quarter. 2.5 to play still. It's the Crows by 9 points. Laird exits defensive 50, throws it on his boot, but it's going to come back as Erasmus was underneath it to take the chest mark. Too far out to score, so he sends it into the pocket. Low, flat ball that curved nicely into the path of Luke Jackson. And that's called using the breeze to your advantage.
And the big ruckman who's opposing him, and we've spoken a little bit about him at the moment, the 212 or 210 centimetre Lachlan McAndrew, just can't go with him.
No.
On the lead, Luke Jackson took off and he had 5 steps on him before he moved. So they've got to be aware of that. They've got to zone off and they've got to help the big ruckman out, because against a player like this who leads up and is honest, pretty hard to stop.
So from the right forward pocket, Luke Jackson kicking into the breeze. He's set for a big year. On his way in now. And that was a shank. I have mozzed him there. It came right off the side of the boot and he kicked it out on the full.
Well, he tried to steer it. He just tried to put it through rather than kick it through. So, that's 3 shots on goal for Luke Jackson in the first quarter into the breeze. That's a concern for the Adelaide Crows.
Dawson in defensive 50. Sends it back down this broadcast wing. Ball through a couple of sets of hands. Taylor's there, as is McVee, and they both paddle it out over the line. Another boundary throw in with a minute to play. 4-4-28, 3-1-19. Crows lead by 9 points. AFL Nation, great to have David Schwartz back for 2026. Ball thrown in once again. The ground level, just paddled out of there by McAndrew. Erasmus was taken without it. Keys ended up with the footy, and he's going to be pinned holding the ball. He went to fend on Hayden Young.
Yep, he had an arm free, and that's your prior opportunity gone.
Certainly is. So Young gets the free and chips towards the boundary line in front of the interchange gates to Clark.
If the scores remain like this, 19-28, Fremantle are kicking into a 4-goal breeze.
Oh, Jesus.
I think gee whiz.
Yeah, that's been
it was like a boomerang.
In the breeze. It started down the boundary line and then came back into the field of play. Sarong quickly throws it on the boot as time ticks down. And it will be cleaned up in the back half for the Crows.
And they've been good. The Crows have actually had to defend, but they've gone inside a couple of times too easily, and Fremantle have been able to score, but been a good start. Been a really good start to this match.
Erasmus will get himself a free kick from a high tackle, and
he started well.
That will be the end of the first term. As the hooter goes, that's not a traditional siren, a hooter.
No, that's a basketball hooter.
Yeah, that's the air raid siren, basically.
Yep.
A good quarter of footy, entertaining quarter of footy in howling wind in Mandurah. Crows by 9 points, 4-4-28. Dockers 3-1-19 for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. We'll get David Schwartz's thoughts on the other side of this on AFL Nation, Saturday afternoon footy.
This is the 2026 AFL Community Series on AFL Nation. Thanks to Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
Don't get FOMO this winter. Wait, do the kids still say FOMO? What about 6-7? Is that still a thing? I kicked 6 goals 7 once. Get KO Sports with every game of every round of the 2026 AFL season live and on demand in 4K with no ad breaks during play.
That is incredible!
With all that footy plus the NRL, F1, supercars, netball and all the other sport you love. You won't miss a thing on KO Sports.
That feeling of a crowd rising up as one at the MCG as the footy soars in the air. That feeling of a hushed marble stadium erupting into a roar. If you feel it, you're in on it. Get your 2026 Toyota AFL Premiership season tickets today. Get in on it at tickets.afl.
Harvey Norman loves the footy. Kick off the season with a new TV. Save over $850 on Samsung 75-inch mini LED TV, now $2,142. Or upsize the action with a Hisense 85-inch QLED TV, now $1,588. For stadium surround sound, save over $300 on JBL 7.1 channel soundbar, now $691. And get halftime drinks sorted with Westinghouse 496-litre French door fridge, now just $1,488. Kick off the footy season with more in store at Harvey Norman now.
As a traditional caring butchery, the Butcher Club source quality produce delivered with exceptional customer service. But it's simply not your average butcher shop. As founding corporate members, the Butcher Club are proud to support the Superheroes Foundation that assists families impacted by brain cancer. Superheroes Foundation helps cover expenses such as medications, travel, childcare, hospital parking, specialist appointments and anything in between, with 100% of proceeds going directly to those in need. Superheroes Foundation and the Butcher Club, helping families affected by brain cancer.
Real people, real products, real fun. No matter who you are, Sexyland has something real sexy for everyone. With Australia's biggest range of sexy costumes, lingerie, couples toys and fun gifts and games for adults. Sexyland. 11 stores in Melbourne and Geelong, open till midnight 7 days a week. Or shop online for 2-hour delivery. sexyland.com.au.
Had an accident? Get your car fixed now and pay for it later. Sheen Panel Service are now offering Afterpay with 27 locations across Victoria, a range of over 600 accident replacement vehicles, a lifetime guarantee on repairs, plus Sheen can even pick up and drop off your vehicle. Fix now, pay later at Sheen Panel Service. Find your closest location at sheengroup.com.au.
T's and C's apply.
If you're looking for a new Kia, don't miss out on Werribee Kia's last remaining 2025 plate clearance. These prices will not be repeated. Brand new cars, Stonic S, Seltos S, K4S, all under 30,000 drive away. And there's a handful of Tasman Utes, auto turbo diesel left at just $39,990 drive away. Last chance only at Werribee Kia. They make buying cars easy. That's why they're Australia's #1 Kia dealer. Why go anywhere else? Call now 1300 by Kia. LMCT114.
Love your fishing and boating? Well, you will love the redeveloped Yoringa Harbour. Nestled away in the rich fishing grounds of Western Port Bay, the new Yoringa Harbour has so much to offer the keenest boating enthusiasts. On-site boat storage means the Yoringa crew will valet your boat in, fueled and ready for your beautiful day on Western Port Bay. Yoringa suits anyone living in the southeast and beyond that wants easy launching, incredible fishing and loads of on-site storage. Escape the boat ramp chaos and discover hassle-free boating today at yoringa.com.au.
This is the 2026 AFL Community Series on AFL Nation. Thanks to Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
Thrown in, left forward pocket. Jackson takes it out of the ruck, snaps from the... Oh, that's a great finish. It was from the paint of 50. In fact, it was just inside. Oh, that's a goal. He has kicked the goal. That's a great finish from Luke Jackson. We mentioned how important he's going to be. He spun it around on his boot and sent it high into the sky, and it drifted, and went in. First goal of the afternoon. Mitch Marsh launches this one inside 50. Booming kick. That went all of 60 metres, Ox. What a way to announce yourself on the big stage.
I don't reckon it was 60. Where did he kick it from?
Yeah, he's inside.
That's 80.
Yeah, it might be 80 on the breeze.
That's 80 metres.
Entertaining quarter of footy in this pre-season clash between the Dockers and the Crows. John Donohoe, David Schwartz with you, and Ox. Mitch Marsh's highlight was probably an unmissable moment for Drinkwise. You won't miss a moment if you Drinkwise.
Certainly was. He did kick it 80 metres. He has 131 metres gained. Just your goal kickers really quickly for the Adelaide Crows. Pedler, they're all singles. Pedler, Fogarty, Dawson, Marsh have kicked one apiece. And for Fremantle, Tracy's got 2 and Luke Jackson's got 1. Could have kicked 2 or 3. I thought Fremantle's quarter was much better than Adelaide's. They did kick into a 4 or 5 goal breeze. Adelaide had the wind and weren't really able to capitalise. They're having a go. Both sides are having a dip. Only the one injury to Jai Moss, but he looks like he's been able to recover from that ankle injury, which is good news. Perfect conditions. It is a bit blowy, but good crowd in, and players knowing that they've got a week's break after this, so they're letting it all hang out at the moment.
So the Dockers will kick with the breeze in this quarter. Jackson playing midfield with Cox in the ruck here as well, so this is an interesting mode for him as Young throws it on his boot to half forward. Ball spills through. Bolton's there. Miller up, left it behind, then won it back. Gave the handball quickly. Oh, that was a big hit. Was it Michael Annie who was underneath it?
Be careful with that, Voss.
Yeah,
get over the footy, and that's where you can get yourself in a bit of strife.
So the Crows have it in the left back pocket. Worrell sends it long down the outer side wing against the breeze. Cox got up, couldn't take the mark. Keys won it at ground level. Went one way, then the other. All was smothered off hands. Cox is having a crack.
He's playing like Polly Farmer at the moment. He's up against the kid, though. So Luke Jackson and Mason Cox should take Lachlan McAndrew to absolute school today. And in the first quarter, they've done that. So let's see. Good work there by McAndrew on that occasion.
Is there a world, as this one on the wing gets balled up with Nankervis, is there a world where Cox could be the second foil instead of Darcy?
Yes.
To Jackson.
I don't think Darcy's body's conducive to him playing regularly and consistently. So Cox is going to get his opportunity, and that's why Longmuir's brought him in.
And he's not a flashy footballer, but he just plays within his limitations, Mason Cox, and he can mark the ball forward to centre. So
you know what you're getting with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no surprises. Yeah. You know what he does. So
Keys from the stoppage spins it to half forward. Ball landed for Murray. Couldn't take it cleanly, and then the Dockers will win the footy back. In the centre of the ground, Bolton gathers, takes a bounce, goes to the paint of 50, tried to have a shot at goal.
Great smother.
And a great smother by the Crows, and it's exited by Bond, who finds a teammate in Keys, outer side of Rushton Park. Sends it to left half forward. Good mark taken by Big Fogarty.
I think the smother was Luke Nankervis. He came from the side.
It's a beautiful kick from Fogarty
Free kick
to Walker. It will be a free kick. In fact, that might be Murray.
Yeah, it was. So front on contact against Oscar McDonald. Spoke about Oscar before the game. He's had a very tough trot of it in the first term, where everywhere the ball seems to go, Oscar seems to be at the bottom of it.
Yep. Big Toby Murray tight against the boundary in the left forward pocket, runs around, brings it back, and he just keeps it to the left. So a minor score, 3-1-19 Freo. Adelaide 4-5-29 for tyre power. You trusted tyre experts.
I don't think Toby Murray had two many snapshots from the boundary line.
No,
looking at that little effort.
Into the wind as well.
Into the breeze, and
look at that for a kick from fullback.
That's right. It's over the centre.
Yep, over the centre, and Young's on the end of it. Great set play from the Dockers. 2 kicks and they're inside 50. And Jai Amos back on the ground takes the mark. 40 metres out directly in front. So that's the tactic today, Ox.
Yeah, that'll be driving Adelaide Crows silly, because that is so obvious that can happen. And not to have a structure set up to defend that is really poor.
So that kick, again, would have gone 70 metres, I reckon.
70 or 80.
70 or 80 metres
so
from fullback.
It was on the other side of the centre circle.
Yeah.
And Young just judged it beautifully. And then turned and wheeled, and it was inside 50.
Jai Amos, 22 years old, 113 goals in his 71 games. He's directly in front, needs to set it up in the breeze, and does so beautifully. Brushes off the injury concern and gets his first goal of the afternoon. And the Dockers back in business. They trail by 4 points, 4-1-25 to 4-5-29 for tyre power, your trusted tyre experts.
We worried about him during that first quarter. He didn't look well.
No.
We were able to put the magic cloth on him and the magic spray, and he's up and going. So really, really well done by Jordan Clark. He just got the ball going, and Young, he's as smart as any footballer going around, and that is undefendable. So good ball movement by the Fremantle Dockers, and if they're doing that, they're going to gobble up this lead very quickly.
That'd be a coach killer for Matty Nix. Not that it's detrimental to their season, and they may not play on a lot of grounds that have that sort of
character.
character.
You're not thinking.
No, you just want to get those sorts of things right.
Set your defence up, and they didn't have it at all on that occasion.
No, McAndrew down to Dawson, stolen away by Young again on the left foot. Sizzles one inside 50, just a bit hot for Voss. And the ball rolls out of bounds in the right forward pocket.
We spoke about Young and how important he is. He's been pretty busy very early on, so just doing some really good stuff at the moment. He's Hayden Young with 11 possessions, leading all players on the ground.
They missed him last year for a big portion of the season. Got injured against the Saints, I think, in round 6 or 7. He was out for a while. The hamstring. He looks fit and firing for 2026. Ball thrown up inside defensive 50 now for the Crows, as Chase Jones is wrapped up by Voss. Another ball up just inside the boundary line. Young again bursts through traffic, dribbles it to goal. This will be a brilliant finish. And it just tracks across the face and into the left for a minor score.
He's on his number third then too.
Yeah, it was. He looks very, very busy, Ox.
Very sharp.
4-2-26, the Dockers, they trail by 3 points. 4-5-29.
He's had 245 metres gained.
Wow. Miller up to the wing to Nankervis, who fed it off to Laird, threw it on his boot down the broadcast wing. Davies mopped it up for the Dockers. Chapman. Now the Brayshaw, who coughed that footy up as Walker tried to offload the handball. Brayshaw follows up his work. He was wrapped up by Rochelle in a strong tackle.
Should have been holding the ball, because he actually had a look to give the handball away, and then he was tackled. So poor non-decision there by the umpire.
Ball up on the wing. Cox to front position. Out the back to O'Meara. He's set upon by 2 Crows.
Yeah, Jagger O'Meara's had one disposal, so he's been very quiet.
Jackson couldn't get clean possession. Sarong does. Feeds the handball through the feet of Frederick. Has to be clean. He was, but he was gang tackled there by Dawson and Laird. Laird followed up with the footy. He just ran into a brick wall, and then we'll get a boundary throw in front of the interchange gates.
He's like a little meerkat. He popped up and he just got absolutely hammered by Jordan Dawson, who's a very good tackler.
16 minutes to play in this second term. 26 plays 29. The Crows by 3 points.
Beautiful surface here at Mandurah.
Shallow throw in as Cox took it out of the ruck and threw it on his boot. High ball to half forward. Frederick was there. Ball batted into the Voss direction. Oh, he bounced off Nick Murray and can keep the ball alive as Worrell flicks it with reckless abandon. Michael Annie has it on the last line of defence. Back to Laird, who left it behind. Young can mop it up. Was it holding the ball? It is. And so it should have been.
So Laird tried to sell some candy, got it slapped and tackled at the same time. It was red hot. But he looked like he was stuck in quicksand.
Yeah.
And Tracy will go back and probably kick his third. So he's this is not a hard kick. He's just about 9 metres around, right beside the point post. But with the breeze in his favour, this is not a hard kick at all.
So he's on the boundary. He'll point his shoulder to goal and run around and wraps it through for a goal.
Is it? Yep.
Just got it. I reckon he kept it shallow. He's got 3 for the afternoon. Josh Tracy just picking up where he left off at the end of last year. 5-2-32. The Dockers, they reclaim the lead. 4-5-29 for tyre power, your trusted tyre experts.
So he's played 80 games and kicked 118 goals. Is that a good output for him?
How many was it, sorry? 80
games, 118.
I think that's a pretty good output for...
I reckon
you want a few more?
I reckon he's got to be up near. He's got to be up near 200.
Okay.
He's got to be averaging 2 goals a game minimum, I think. With the quality of player that he is, I think going forward he should be averaging 2.5 to 3 goals a game from here on. If he does that, I think his career becomes, really significant. If he's averaging a goal and a half a game, it's not enough. It's not enough because he's playing in good conditions on his home track every second week. We know. He's the go-to man, so he's got to get more goals on the board. That's what he's paid to do.
Shelley from the middle, Bond left it behind. Frederick pounced on it, gave it to Bolton, who can set it up into the breeze. He does just that. It's on its way to goal, but it's off to the right. He just chipped that, and it just travelled.
It's a really poor kick, though. He just had to lower the eyes and put it into 35 out, 25 out, and give his forwards a chance to run onto it.
He wanted to do that earlier. You could see he wanted to load up on one earlier, so... He's still got that aspect in his game, Bolton. This one floats in the breeze and holds up, and mark's taken just inside the boundary by Zach Taylor.
So Fremantle really putting the squeeze on the Adelaide Crows at the moment.
Taylor down the broadcast wing with a high ball. 2 Dockers fumbled each other. One of them was McDonald. Walker wins the footy back. He grubbers a kick to half forward. Fogarty trapped it nicely, threw it on his boot from the tackle. Neil Bullen with the flick handball over the top. Running into a brick wall was Pedler. And ball it right half forward for Adelaide. Will get a ball up.
It's looking a bit messy at times, Adelaide.
Yeah.
Trying to do the handball over the top, and rather than getting there and supporting each other, they're running away and running off the contest too early.
Charlie Edwards just tight ropes the boundary, floats it up in the breeze off hands. Chapman. He was wrapped up. That's ball. Has to be ball. Pedler wrapped him up. No, the umpire said throw it in.
Gee whiz, he got away with one there.
Yeah, I thought that was holding the ball as well.
He didn't realise
he looked around.
Yep, and he had a player right up his ginger, and he got nailed.
33 plays 29. Dockers by 4 points. McAndrew and Cox on the restart. Cox has done well. Down to Chapman. McAndrew stole it away, though. And in the tackle, he's set upon, and we'll get a ball up 45 from goal. Inside 50 for the Crows.
With a beach ball on the ground.
It is a bit village at the moment, isn't it? As Matt Johnson throws it on his boot. Just kicks in hope.
Yeah,
good breeze. Miller up. Bursts through a little bit of traffic and sends it to half forward. Ball off hands Chapman. Brayshaw landed in his lap. Walker with the tackle. Offloaded quickly to McVee. Now they're out the Dockers, but Frederick just spilled one. McVee got it back through the middle of the ground. He tries to open it up. Chapman had to be good and was, but the handball was poor. It beat a couple of Crows defenders. Murphy Reid cleans it up. Erasmus tried to go inside 50 with a poking ball. It was smothered. Ball still alive on the outer side, and Murphy Reid wins the free kick.
He did well, Murphy Reid, there because he kept his feet. Won the free kick and was able to set it up. Been pretty steady again, Murphy Reid.
Amira. He'll put it up into the breeze and set it on its way as at the back was Young. Cleaned up, though, by the Crows. Cook was in there. And again, Worrell ends up with the footy in the right back pocket.
So Fremantle really got their numbers down now, so they've got no other option to kick long down the line.
And through from the side was Cox. Couldn't take it cleanly. McVie with the handball to McDonald. Now into the centre of the ground. Matt Johnson can set it up. He does so to a dangerous position, about 30 from goal. Coming through the defence from the Crows have to be good. Nick Murray was just. It put Edwards under pressure. Cook through a bit of traffic. And then quick handball over the top to Michael Annie across goal, who takes a bounce and exits defensive 50 with a low flat ball. Good kick to Rochelle.
So they're just going to attack their way rather than try and blast their way through, which I think you can catch Fremantle napping.
Take the corridor. Laird over the top to Neil Bullen.
Great kick.
Stabs it inside 50. Beautifully hung up in the breeze.
He's a good player, Bullen.
Saw Walker out of the corner of his eye to the left, Ox, and just held it up. And it landed on his chest unopposed for Taylor Walker.
Well, the one thing about Alex Neil Bullen, not only is his work rate and what he delivers, but he's just a good decision maker.
Yeah.
So he could have blasted it forward, and he just thought, no, Texas there. Now, this will take Texas' best kick.
Yep.
So he's going to kick from 40. That's how strong the breeze is. He'll need every bit of it, or he'll need to punch it rather than try and steer it through.
Right behind Walker from 45 metres out, on the way in, starts at left, and it drags across the face to the right for a minor score. That one went sharply in the breeze.
But what they're doing too, they're not just going left and right. Like everything's happening at the moment with the breeze.
Yeah.
So we know one thing: it's favouring the right to left of screen, and it's about a 4-goal breeze.
The Dockers work their way out of defence. Johnson on the end of it. They were happy to chip it around the back half this time.
Fremantle actually played quicker when they're going into the breeze than what they are when they've got the breeze.
Wasn't a great chip there from Johnson. Michael Annie reads it. Oh, the turnover from Michael Annie could open the door for the Dockers. A couple of players have to mop it up here. Charlie Edwards is one of them, and loops the handball over the top to Worrell, who goes sideways. Finds a teammate at half-back in Laird.
Luke Jackson nearly cut that off before, and that would have been a great piece of defending if he did. He's only a fingernail away from that happening.
So Bond, low and flat ball to Cook, who goes back inboard. Not 15, Michael Annie. He was run down by Bolton. Umpire let him play. Ducking under the tackle for the Dockers was Tobin Murray. Brayshaw sends it inside 50. Beautiful mark, leading out in traffic from Jai Amos.
That's a strong lead.
He just put it out in front of the lead, Brayshaw. Whacked it into the breeze. And a full-chested lead, Ox, from Jai Amos, and took it on the chest. Have a look at the replay.
Well, they had 4 players around it, but the ball just carried over the top of the waiting defender, and I think the waiting defender was Hugh Bond. Got over the top of him, and then Jai Amos just hit it at 100 miles an hour. So good lead and a great kick.
An opportunity to kick his second goal of the afternoon. Just left of centre. Hangs it out to the left and doesn't bring it back. It's been a big issue for him the last couple of years, his impact on games, I reckon, Jai Amos, and his goal kicking.
Yeah.
Needs to get better at it.
It's a bit of an enigma, isn't he?
Yeah.
He can play.
Yeah, he can.
Good smother.
Good smother as it opens the door again for the Dockers. Jackson's down there. Worrell trying to work it out a defensive 50. Put his teammate under pressure. Quick kick came out, and there's Taylor at half forward. Fend off. It was good from Ryan, Oscar Ryan, who's...
Cox just got the biggest don't argue you have ever seen. What's happened? Is there a hat on the ground?
No, I think it might be a shin guard, is it? Yeah, I think he's lost his shin guards. Yeah. Looks a bit weird. He's got the low-cut socks on for the ruckman. He's thrown in at half forward.
He's got some equipment, Coxie, when he's playing.
It's like a golfer. Need everything, yeah.
Walks out with a helmet next week. You'll have the full kit.
Johnson wobbles one inside 50. Jackson was the target. Cook read it nicely off hands. He goes across goal dangerously, but had to be good, and it was to Dowling. So Dowling, right back pocket.
Geez, they're pushing down deep for Fremantle in that defensive zone.
They're just sort of playing kick to kick here to an extent. Oh, Dawson got up high.
Over his number 12 opponent there in...
Hugh Davies, and he'll get 50 as well. So Dawson with the hang. And then advantage has been paid, and I don't know why they took it. Toby Murray sent it inside 50.
And he kicked it like a sack of sugar.
Walker gave it to a bounding Judd McVie. Now to defensive 50. They set it up nicely here to Voss. Too far out to score, tells his teammates to come at him.
Go long, Vossi.
That's exactly what he'll do. Low and flat. It's cut off by the Crows. Miller up. Gave it quickly to Bond. He's been good today. Bond finds another teammate, Mitch Marsh. The 80-metre bomb before. Keys will get the free kick on the outer side.
So just a couple of stats. Young, who's now on the bench, he's leading everyone with 12. Laird has had 11, as has Miller. And the other one is Curvis has had 10 for the Adelaide Crows. Just a couple of players who haven't touched it. Voss has only had it once, so Mira's had it twice. And Luke Jackson's gone quiet. He's only had it 5 times after starring very early on.
Dockers, long down the outer wing. It's going to be cut off by Miller, who plays on quickly and goes backwards to Cook. Oh, squared it up in the middle of the ground. Kick was wobbly. And now Erasmus cleans it up. Ball looped over the top to Clark. He runs an arc and sends it deep inside 50. Out the back, Voss dropped what he should have taken on the chest. Looped the handball to Amos. Nearly got dacked. He'll square it back up. Can they get a chest? They can. And it's
Voss is filthy.
Frederick.
He's as cold as a pie, Patrick Voss. He's everything that he's done, even when he took the mark over on the wing, he then kicked a flying saucer with the kick, and then he drops a chest mark 15 metres out. So, he hasn't started the way we'd like, but that's what practice matches is about. Yeah. Find your touch and get moving.
Michael Frederick, right forward pocket from 40-odd metres out. Hangs it out to the left. Does it come back enough? And hits the post. It was on its way. It was tracking. Nearly read it well. Another poster. 4-6-30, the Crows. They trail by 5 points. 5-5-35 for tyre power, your trusted tyre experts.
Well, they've had the 10 shots each of goals. So there's not a lot between these two sides at the moment.
Sort of like they're in preservation mode here, the Crows. They're happy to kick with the breeze, but against it, they're just holding on as Jackson takes a nice pack mark.
They actually paid a free kick in for shepherding, but I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
It shouldn't have gone to Luke Jackson because he came from behind.
Dowling kicks it out of defensive 50. Jackson got up high, nearly took the mark. Neil Bullen off hands, threw it on his boot, wobbles it to the wing. McVie mops it up. Goes inboard now to Clark, who runs through the middle of the ground, sends it to full forward. Pack forms. Jackson was in it again. He's lively. Here's Murphy Reid. He's got some tricks. He's got Johnson as an outlet. Tried to burst through a couple. Got rid of the ball. Gave it quickly to a teammate who jams it inside 50. Frederick the target again. They're all over him here, the Dockers. And the tackle laid by Amos on Michael Annie.
Jim McVee's going to have a good year. He's just going to find so much space. And going to love it. And he makes good decisions. He's a really good pickup for Fremantle.
Jackson took it out of the ruck, throws it on the boot, and keeps it narrow. That would have been a brilliant goal to go along with his first one.
So that's not good for the Adelaide ruckman.
No.
Who was on that occasion?
Who was that?
Was it the big man?
Oh, Toby Murray?
Yeah, it was Toby Murray.
Yeah.
So big Toby, you just can't allow Jackson to get the dangerous side. So you got to play defensive. Actually let him go at the footy and just punch it away in the ruck contest.
Every kick-in's been to this broadcast half-forward flank. And it hasn't worked for the Crows as Davies. Handball inboard to Tobin Murray, the first gamer. Burst through a little bit of traffic and tried to do too much. Run down by Neil Bullen. His eyes lit up, the first gamer.
He was like a mouse on a wheel then.
Yeah.
He thought he was going to keep going and going and going. He got nailed. And that's the difference. You come into the AFL, you just lose time and you lose space, and he thought he had more of both.
Miller up. Front of the interchange gates, down the wing to Nankervis. Took the mark unopposed. Low and flat again up this broadcast wing. McAndrew and Walker there. McAndrew funneled it through his legs. Banfield got away from stoppage. High ball will go out on the full. 4.5 to play in this second term.
Hayden Young coming back on now, so he's had a good rest. So, got the 12 possessions. Laird's had 12, 13 now to Miller. He's just raking him off half-back. How many's McVie had? McVie's had 8.
He does look like he's going to be a really important part of the half-back core for the Dockers McVee.
Oh, absolutely.
Laird.
He makes good decisions.
Yeah, he did. Dawson spilled one as he tried to burst through traffic. Sarong was there. Nankervis gave it to Dawson in traffic, and now he gets the afterburners on. And on the left boot, open goal square. It fades to the right. He was having a shot there. He kept it low. So it just held up in the breeze.
He got a 50, though.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
So for the older man, was able to kick it 50 into the teeth of the wind. It's not a bad little punch kick.
Look at that from McVee. Precise. Sets him in motion. Murphy Reid to half forward. Kicking exquisite at the moment for the Dockers.
Have a shot.
Voss, he can load up if he wants. He sends it into the breeze. Waiting in the goal square was Tobin Murray. And now he gets a look at his first goal.
Take your time, kid. Take your time.
Tobin Murray, 20 years old, 180 centimetre small forward.
It's only tiny.
22 goals from 17 VFL games for Geelong last year. Out of Colac, he runs around and kicks the goal. He'll love that moment. It's not his first official goal, but it's a goal in the AFL nonetheless.
Yeah, he'll play.
Yeah.
He'll get opportunities. So he looked actually good with his first touch. How many touches he had? So that's number 4. So he got his first goal. Well done. He just snuck out the back, didn't he?
Yep.
His opponent, a lot bigger, got sucked up the ground, Josh Worrell. And
they're not
finishing that off.
They're not defending this wind well at all, the Crows.
No, they're not thinking.
No.
They're just being too aggressive, going up way too far up the ground. We saw what Fremantle did. They just put the numbers back and were really happy to be dour in defence.
Dockers by 11 points for tyre power, your trusted tyre experts. 6642, 4731. John Donohoe and David Schwartz with you. It's great to have footy back. All kicks off on Thursday night, officially in Sydney. Rochelle got the clearance, but coughed it up to Young, who threw it on his left boot. High ball to the teeth of 50. Worrell in a wrestle with Voss. Worrell won the battle. Did well. It was close to All-Australian last year, I reckon, Worrell. He was really good.
Very stiff.
Yeah, very stiff as Cook tight ropes the boundary line and brings it out of bounds. I thought he was pretty stiff.
Yeah, no, he's had a great year. He had a great year last year. So just watching Sarong, just trying to find a little bit of space. Brayshaw's off getting a finger strapped up, so he'll do a bit more of the around the ball duties.
So Johnson paddled it to Young, who was jumped on top of by Braden Cook near the boundary. A little bit overzealous.
I reckon he was lucky he missed him there.
Yeah, knee to the head was very close.
And Young didn't remonstrate, so you might have thought that he was just clumsy.
6-6 plays 4-7. Dockers lead by 11. McAndrew in a wrestle in the ruck with Jackson. Young, one hand was pinned and should be holding the ball. You heard the crowd effects there. How did he get rid of it? The 1 or 2 Crows fans in the crowd.
He copped it. He said, yep, fair enough. Didn't get rid of it properly.
So the Crows exit defensive 50 and bring it to this broadcast wing. Michael Aney up there. He's a good player. Takes the mark nicely in a big pack.
Now, they've been really aggressive trying to go inside. I think they should be just going up along the boundary line. That's a good decision.
Chips down the boundary to Fogarty.
He's lit up. He's worked pretty hard.
Low and flat, looking for a teammate further afield. No, it was Nankervis.
Nankervis.
He's repping a real sort of dirty mo in 2026.
Almost Jake Lever-like.
Yeah. He's got the 70s sort of hair to go with it as well. A bowl cut as Miller jams it inside 50. Off hands, Rochelle is there trying to lurk around this one. He bursts out of it as well. Really landed for Marsh, who could have had a shot at goal.
See Clark.
Keys runs down Clark, holding the ball. Top of the goal square, 15 metres out directly in front. And Keys can pop this one through for the Crows' 5th.
Clark did the right thing. He got through the first tackle and then didn't realise that he had someone just breathing down and got him. So, and it was Keys. And Keys is a good tackler. He's hurt himself, though. Been pretty quiet in the start of this game.
I like the game of Rochelle. We'll get his numbers in a moment. He looks to have taken another step in the pre-season, but minute to play in this quarter.
Only the 7th touch coming up for Keys.
Keys is directly in front. He'll bring the margin back to 5 with this kick. On his way in, 15 metres out, directly in front. Keys on the left boot. Missed. You are kidding.
You're too close to the man of the mark.
Yeah, well, we saw Cooper Sharman miss from literally the top of the goal square today, and that one is as bad, if not worse.
Can I cut him some slack?
Yep, Breeze.
He's got a plum issue.
Oh, okay.
So he is really struggling at the moment. So I'll let him off the hook for that one.
Fair enough. Ball on the wing. As time ticks down, Tracy flicking the ball over the top to Murray. Back to O'Meara. Long into the pocket. On the full, I think it will be, yeah.
Yeah, on the full.
Look at a Crows free kick. Worrell. Big scrapping lad, Worrell. And again, they come to this broadcast wing, which they've done so often. Davies, offhands, tried to slap it to O'Meara. Jackson takes it out over the line. And Curvis in tow. 36 seconds to play. It's a 10-point margin to the Dockers. 42 plays 32. AAMI Community Series on AFL Nation. Ball thrown in again. Front position was Jackson. Down to Sarong. Quick hands were good. Murphy Reid with the last foray inside 50.
Horrible.
Yeah, it was a bad kick. It was shallow.
He was kicking it off his off step, but that wasn't the problem. The problem was that all players were leading in opposite directions where he wanted to go.
Yeah. So they exit D50 of the Crows. Fogarty was the target. Sarong doing the dirty work again. There's Edwards for the Crows. He just shoves Murphy Reid aside. With
pretty strong, Edwards, isn't he?
He is. Sandy Dragons.
God, for a first-year player, he's strong.
I think he's been on the list a couple of years, actually, Ox. I think 2023 he was drafted. Here's Murphy Reid as the siren will sound as Walker sets it towards goal. The score shouldn't count.
No, it won't.
And it won't. It was a minor score anyway. So they have counted it on the scoreboard. We'll just wait for official confirmation on that, but they have counted it. It's the umpire.
No.
Well, it's when the umpire hears the siren, and obviously because it's the air horn, he might not have heard it until the ball was in flight. So 43 plays 32, 6-7, 43 to 4-8, 32, 11-point margin at half-time. John Donohoe and David Schwartz with you. Dockers going nicely. Some quick observations before we get to a break, and then we'll come back and deep dive into it.
I just thought Adelaide weren't as organised when kicking into the breeze, when Fremantle were kicking with the breeze.
Yeah.
First quarter, I just thought Fremantle played the conditions much better. They tacked up the ground and they happened to go into leading forward. So Adelaide just need to think a bit more because I thought Fremantle came out a little bit sharper and better prepared for the conditions that they were facing.
Half-time in Perth at Mandurah. Freo by 11 points. 43 plays 32 in the AAMI Community Series between the Dockers and the Crows. This is the 2026 AFL Community Series on AFL Nation. Thanks to Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
Here's another powerful reason to choose Tyre Power. It doesn't matter what car you drive, where you drive, how you drive, or even what you might be towing behind you. You can trust Tyre Power to have the tyre to suit you. And as Australia's biggest independent, we have the buying power to make sure the price suits your budget as well. Get the power at Tyre Power for whatever you drive. Visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91 for your local independent owner.
Real people, real products, real fun. No matter who you are, Sexyland has something real sexy for everyone. With Australia's biggest range of sexy costumes, lingerie, couples toys and fun gifts and games for adults. Sexyland. 11 stores in Melbourne and Geelong, open till midnight 7 days a week. Or shop online for 2-hour delivery. Sexyland.com.au.
Love your footy? Don't just watch the game. Get the full picture with Code Sports. We're talking breaking news, deep analysis, big interviews, and the stories you won't get anywhere else. Get every angle of the game with Code Sports. Grab the app today.
Australia's best kept sporting secret? Not anymore. The biggest WNBL season of all time is coming to an end. Australia has been watching world-class hoops unfold right here in record numbers. It all comes down to this. WNBL 26 finals start now. Don't miss a moment of the series from February 14th through to March 4th. Catch every finals game on 9Now or ESPN on Disney+. Get your WNBL tickets, merch and info at WNBL.com.au or download the free WNBL app now.
That's the sound of a cricket bat being shaped, concrete mixing, socks being stitched, made right here in Australia. And when you look for products certified with the green and gold kangaroo, you can be confident you're buying an Australian-made product. You're backing local businesses, jobs, and our economy. Look for Australian-made and buy Australian.
This is it. Chadstone Kia's got a ute. Home of the Kia Tasman. I've been out there, test-driven one myself. The space of the dual cab is next level. Go and test drive the Tasman ute. Chadstone Kia has the Tasman in stock right now. Featuring low-range gearing, ground view monitors, and auto rear locking differential in select models. Dare to be different with a Kia Tasman in stock now. Go and see the legends at Chadstone Kia and test drive today. ChadstoneKia.com.au. T's and C's apply. LMCT 11716.
At State Transport, our people are your solution. Is your supply chain giving you more headaches than your footy team on a Monday? Let's fix that. State Transport will move your freight faster than your last delivery and with a lot less stress. Make logistics work for you, not against you. End the freight frustration. Call State Transport on 134 888.
State Transport, our people are your solution.
Stop paying BAS again and again and again. Pay.com.au it instead and get points. Business owners, did you know you can actually be rewarded for paying your BAS with pay.com.au? Pay.com.au is an online platform that enables businesses to earn reward points doing just what you do every day, and that's paying business expenses. You can earn points on bank transfers and even more points on your credit cards. They'll even reward you for paying suppliers who don't usually accept card payments. And the rewards are endless. Flights, upgrades, hotels, shopping, you name it. Get your business flying this year with pay.com.au. Pay your BAS through the platform and start getting rewarded for your hard work today.
This is the 2026 AFL Community Series on AFL Nation. Thanks to Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
Thrown in, left forward pocket. Jackson takes it out of the ruck, snaps, paint of 50. Oh, that's a goal. He has kicked the goal. That's a great finish from Luke Jackson. We mentioned how important he's going to be as he spun it around on his boot and sent it high into the sky, and it drifted and went in. The first goal of the afternoon. Shelley threw it on his boot. High ball to half forward. I mean, that was Fogarty. Oh, the step was beautiful on Davies. Low and flat punch inside 50. Walker mopped it up. Keys is there if they want him. Instead, Pedler takes it and pumps it through. Nice build-up from the Crows. Mitch Marsh launches this one inside 50. Booming kick. That went all of 60 metres, Ox. What a way to announce yourself on the big stage.
I don't reckon it was 60. Look where he kicked it from.
He's inside.
That's 80.
Yeah, it might be 80 on the breeze.
That's 80 metres.
Murphy Reid to half forward. Kicking exquisite at the moment for the Dockers.
Have a shot.
Voss, he can load up if he wants. He sends it into the breeze. Waiting in the goal square was Tobin Murray. And now he gets a look at his first goal. 20 years old, 180 centimetre small forward.
It's only tiny.
22 goals from 17 VFL games for Geelong last year. Out of Colac, he runs around and kicks the goal. He'll love that moment. Entertaining game of footy unfolding in Mandurah, 6-7-43. The Dockers, they lead by 11 over the Crows, 4-8-32. Two teams with heavy aspirations of finals and deep finals footy this year. John Donohoe, David Schwartz, the Ox, is our expert, and he's with us throughout the night. And Ox, this is the halftime floor show for Choices Flooring. Style, comfort, quality, helping you choose with confidence. Your thoughts?
I love the floor show.
Yep.
What do I think? I think both these sides are capable of playing a high standard of footy.
Yep.
We're playing in conditions that are really blowy and blustery, and it could be a 5 or 6 goal breeze. They're probably going at about 70% rap power. I thought they started off pretty aggressively, but it's kind of slowed down a little bit. There hasn't been too many collisions or too many risky sorts of behaviour. When you do a pre-season and you get to the pointy end of the year, the pointy end of the pre-season, where we're talking about playing footy within 2 weeks, without knowing it consciously, you are preserving and making sure that you're right for round one. Round one's really important. It's a big build-up. It's the goal that you set at the start of the year. Get through. Let's not miss a game or a session or a weights or any sort of effort for the year, and if you can do the pre-season without missing any games and then play the first round, that's the goal. So there'll be players sitting there going, right, just going to get through the next half and we're right to go. So that's the first thing.
Kind of feels like also Adelaide in that quarter less than the Dockers, but we spoke about it. They came to this broadcast wing from every kick in. They sort of lowered the eyes a lot, and there was no real attacking burst through the middle of the ground. It's almost like they're waiting for the breeze, and that's when they'll kick their goals.
Well, I reckon Matthew Nick sent out a message to the playing group at about the 12-minute mark because they came inside 3 times and turned it over.
Yeah.
So, and it was from the other side of the ground. So they cut that off and they said, right, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're going to play safe. And they're able to stop the scoreboard from ticking over. So Adelaide have been okay. I was just looking at the players that they're missing.
Yeah,
they're missing a few. Who are they missing at the moment that would walk straight back into their best 22?
Calamarchi, Riley O'Brien, maybe. Isaac Rankin.
No, not maybe. O'Brien is
in.
This young kid who's rucking, they'll play him.
He's not up to it yet.
No, he's a long way off it yet.
Isaac Rankin, we know. Isaac Cumming is the best 22er.
Yep.
Mitch Hinge is probably in the best 22.
Absolutely.
Jake Saligo, Sam Berry. So another one who's probably around that mark. James Peatling's definitely in their best side. Mark Keane will be out for a while. Key defender with that broken leg. And Dan Curtin is definitely in their best 22.
Dan Curtin's in their best 5.
Yeah.
They've got a few to come back.
Yeah.
Well, who are Fremantle missing?
So Freo are missing. Not many. Luke Ryan was named emergency for this game.
Definitely in their best 22.
Definitely in. Alex Pearce is the captain.
Definitely in their best 22.
Brennan Cox. Sean Darcy. Maybe not anymore.
Brennan Cox.
Yes.
Sean Darcy, no.
Yep.
Not definitely in their best 22.
Sam Switkowski.
Yes.
And Jeremy Sharp.
Yes.
Yeah. So both teams missing a couple.
So they're missing about what they're doing. So I think Fremantle have got gears. I reckon they're about to go and open this game up. Tracy's kicked 3 and barely been sighted. Luke Jackson hasn't been seen since the first quarter. Sarong hasn't been busy. Brayshaw hasn't been busy. Hayden Young has shown enormous not potential. He's shown his enormous talent that we didn't get to see enough of last year. So he's been super important. Thought Bolton has got plenty of the footy but hasn't executed. So there's been some things to like from both sides without looking at both teams and going, yeah, they're a top 2 or 3 side. You've got to remember these are warm-up games, so we don't take too much into it. But it's just the decision make. It's not even the execution, it's the decision-making that they're doing, and a lot of players are rusty.
I know you say, they are warm-up games, and I agree with you. I don't take a whole lot out of them, but I guess it's all we've really got to go on, isn't it? As fans and commentators as well. It's sort of, how you finish your practice games as well. Is that how they're going to go into the season, or have they held a bit back?
Do you reckon you learn more from watching a community series or going and watching a week of training? I reckon you pick up more at a week of training. If you go and watch, if you headed down to, what's your oval? Linton Oval, is it?
Linton Street.
Linton Street. You go down and watch at Linton Street and watch St Kilda go about their business for a week, and you watch them train. You'd pick up exactly what they're trying to do. Yeah. And you'd be able to see who's sharp, who's not, who's worked out. This sort of stuff here, it's always rusty.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get a true reflection. You'll see some improvement, and you'll see McVie. You know what McVie's going to do, and what role he's going to play. Bolton's playing more in through the midfield, so that's another thing we've been able to pick up. Dawson's going to go forward and kick some goals, which he has.
Yep.
So you pick up a few things, but at training, that's where you actually see what they're trying to achieve and how they're trying to do it. And you only have to watch Melbourne at the moment, and you know they're playing with freedom. They're playing with a Stephen King Geelong footy style.
Yeah.
If you like that, well and good. But you've seen a big shift. We saw that shift with Richmond last year with Adamuse, where we're playing the kids, we're going to have a go, and we're going to get belted, and we might be able to sneak a few wins in along the way.
Absolutely. So it's the Dockers by 11 points. Just quickly, what was your unmissable moment of the first half for drink-wise? You won't miss a moment if you drink-wise.
The cricketer, Mitch Marsh.
Yes.
All right, so he kicked one from 80.
Yeah.
It was an amazing kick. He's a
and that's not an exaggeration. I know we can put some mayo on these sometimes. It actually was 80.
It was 4 steps inside this in a circle. Yeah. So he's kicked a goal and has been really good. Has he kicked 2 goals? No, he's kicked one.
Just one.
Yeah, he's kicked one goal. So that was the unmissable moment from the first quarter. It's just the goal kickers too. While we're there, they're all singles for the Adelaide Crows. Dawson, Pedler, Fogarty and Marsh have all kicked one apiece. For the Fremantle Dockers, Tracy's got 3. Jay Amis has one. I can't even say his name. Luke Jackson 1 and Murray has got 1 as well.
So that's the halftime floor show for Choices Flooring, helping you make the right choice. Big second half coming up as we continue this AAMI Community Series matchup between the Crows and the Dockers from Mandurah. This is the 2026 AFL Community Series on AFL Nation. Thanks to Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
Don't get FOMO this winter. Wait, do the kids still say FOMO? What about 6-7? Is that still a thing? I kicked 6 goals 7 once. Get KO Sports with every game of every round of the 2026 AFL season live and on demand in 4K with no ad breaks during play.
That is incredible.
With all that footy plus the NRL, F1, supercars, netball and all the other sport you love. You won't miss a thing on KO Sports.
You know, there's nothing quite like the Cricket World Cup. It feels like a reunion. Friends, family, all of us following the action, even if you're watching from different sides of the world. The cheers, the heartbreaks, and there's always that one uncle who messages the family group chat before you caught up on the replay. And when the match ends and your thoughts head straight home, stay close with Remitly. Great rates, fast transfers, and secure delivery so your support gets there when it matters. Download the Remitly app today and stay close wherever you are.
Had an accident? Get your car fixed now and pay for it later. Sheen Panel Service are now offering Afterpay. With 27 locations across Victoria, a range of over 600 accident replacement vehicles, a lifetime guarantee on repairs, plus Sheen can even pick up and drop off your vehicle. Fix now, pay later at Sheen Panel Service. Find your closest location at sheengroup.com.au.
T's and C's apply.
If you love a country pub, you'll love the Ultima Hotel in the heart of the Mallee. This classic country pub is located in the town of Ultima, just down the road from Swan Hill. Whether it's a Sunday session with meat off the famous smoker, a few games of pool, or just a great day with mates, head to the mighty Ultima Hotel in the heart of the Mallee. They're also proud supporters of the Ultima Roos, Lara Cats, Swan Hill Jockey and Bannockburn cricket clubs. Follow them on Instagram at the Ultima Hotel to stay informed with what's going on at the pub.
After months of hospital visits, of hoping and caring, it's okay to not feel ready for what comes next. To tell us more, here's James McLeod, Managing Director of Tobin Brothers Funerals.
At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we understand the exhaustion and grief client families experience. There's no pressure, no rush to decide anything. Take the time you need to simply be with your family. We're here, ready to assist, offer support and guide you whenever you feel ready.
Get to know the team at tobinbrothers.com.au. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Freeway Motor Group is growing and now presents 9 brands across 16 dealerships and 4 locations, servicing Melbourne's east, southeast and the peninsula. Come test drive a massive range of new and used vehicles to suit all needs with plate clearance deals on brands like Ford, Hyundai, GWM, LDV, Ram, Jeep and now KGM and Leap Motor. Plus get your 4x4 kitted out for proper off-roading. Find your nearest dealership and plate clearance deals. Visit freewaymotorgroup.com.au. LMCT 9351.
Australia's best kept sporting secret? Not anymore. The biggest WNBL season of all time is coming to an end. Australia has been watching world-class hoops unfold right here in record numbers. It all comes down to this. WNBL 26 finals start now. Don't miss a moment of the series from February 14th through to March 4th. Catch every finals game on 9 Now or ESPN on Disney+. Get your WNBL tickets, merch and info at WNBL.com.au or download the free WNBL app now.
When it comes to boat insurance, Club Marine is Australia's largest provider and the insurance Aussie boaties trust. From weekend escapes to epic adventures, Club Marine's been built around being there for the moments that matter. Trusted by thousands of satisfied members, it's no wonder Club Marine's been awarded Australia's top-rated boat insurance for 2025 by Product Review. Join the club today. Get a quote at clubmarine.com.au.
Before buying, check the PDS and TMD, available at clubmarine.com.au.
This is the 2026 AFL Community Series on AFL Nation. Thanks to Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
We're at Rushton Park in Mandurah. The players are back out on the field, ready to go just about for the second half. What would you like? So the Crows are trailing here, Ox, as Matthew Nick speaks to the media. What would you like to see from them to get out of this second half as they lead into round one?
I want to see them link up a bit better. I want to see them take a risk, go off half-back, get the ball inside 50. You've got some forwards that are in pretty good form. So they've just got to go back to what they did last year. For Fremantle, I kind of like what I've seen with Fremantle. I think they've got a good link-up. They're happy to move the ball. They've got good versatility. It's got to be a little bit cleaner and maybe make a couple of better decisions. I thought they worked the ball really well into the breeze. With the breeze, I thought they got a little bit long and a little bit straight, which made it easy to defend. But now these two sides, they played finals last year. Are they going to win the flag, one of these two sides? Look, on the back of the performance today, no. But we know this is just the first step into what is a very, very long season. So the goal is no injuries from here on. Yeah. Because that becomes devastating. If you injure yourself in the last half of the pre-season, that's when it becomes really devastating. So, noting though, both these sides do get an extra week's break.
Absolutely. It's funny though you mentioned we don't take too much out of pre-season games, but we saw the Lions, and they even from their pre-season game, you think, oh wow, they're going to be hard to beat, and with players out as well.
They're good. We know
they're really good. Yeah.
We know how good they are. So
Oscar Allen and Draper still to come back in as well.
Yeah, and you're going to have to beat the Brisbane Lions. So, but if you're going to win the flag, you're going to have to beat all the best sides. So, and Brisbane are good. Brisbane weren't great last year in the home and away.
No, they
weren't the best side. Far from it. They've had a bit of stuff going behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, they have.
And if you don't think it worries or affects the playing group, it does.
They kind of reminded me of the Kansas City Chiefs a couple of years ago, who just limped into the playoffs, and then hit beast mode when it came to the final of the playoffs. So
you only need to get it right for the last 4 weeks.
Absolutely,
we saw that with the Western Bulldogs in 2016.
The fact that they had to go the hard way as well and wrap around after losing that game in the first round of the finals.
I'm fascinated with Brisbane.
Yeah,
because I reckon what's happened in the off season with Lachie Neale and
you think it has an effect?
Absolutely does.
Even though it's nothing to do with the on field.
Well, it is. It's got to do with Lachie Neale and his behaviour,
his mentality,
and his behaviour and trust and all that. I think it has to have some sort of bearing.
Yeah, we'll wait and see, won't we? Big game against the Doggies coming up. Back in the middle, and away we go as Reid quickly clears the congestion. Tracy gets up high and takes the mark. 60 from goal, sends it, wobbly ball inside 50. Laird was there, he was trapped, and he ran into Young, who brings him to ground, ball up.
See, Tracy kicked out from 75 and it got to 40. That's how strong the breeze is. It is a really strong breeze that the Fremantle Dockers are kicking into.
Edwards for the Crows, been lively today, the young man, as this one's tracked back by Davies on the outer wing. Banfield.
Good speed.
Yeah, very good speed from Banfield, who sends them to full forward into the pocket. Amos is there. He's just a bit half-hearted at it. Amos. Dawson's stepped around a little bit of trouble. Butts with the hands to Nick Murray, who launches it long down the outer wing. One-on-ones up the field, McDonald and Murray. Fogarty at ground level did well. Davies had him in tow. Umpire let it play. Clark wrapped up by Toby Murray. Back to McDonald again. Went one way then the other and sizes this up down the wing. Wagner was the target as spoiled out of bounds over the line.
I think your call before on Jai Amos was right.
Yeah.
And that's what he's been criticised for, that the effort is not consistent from start to finish.
Yeah.
He went at that 50-50, and I know it's a practice match, but you set your stand. If you get your behaviours right in practice games and in pre-season, you carry through to the season.
Absolutely.
You can't pick and choose when you give 100%.
There's 100% from Jackson as he spins out of trouble, and then Bailey Banfield just bisects 3 or 4 players and loops the handball to Sarong, who was a little bit fumbly first time of going. Gives to his offsider in Brayshaw. Settles. Sends him into the pocket. Targets form, and Amos was there. He tried to go for the free kick. He wanted the free kick. Mopped up by Neil Bullen. Offloaded it to half back. Bolton cleans it up. Brayshaw back to Bolton. He spins around. High ball in to the heart of 50. Jackson underneath it takes the mark uncontested.
They were a bit stiff there, the Adelaide defenders, because they had the right positioning, but the ball went so high, it was actually coming backwards towards the end front position. He's really hard to get around. And the one thing that Luke Jackson does, he judges the fly of the footy really well. He doesn't look like a footballer.
I think he's going to have a massive year.
Yeah.
I just think the ability to play forward and then go ruck.
Can I, as a Melbourne supporter, I sit here and I watch Luke Jackson, Alex Neil-Bullen,
and for a time,
McVee.
For a time, he was nearly coming back as part of the McVee deal potentially. So he's 40 metres out, just about directly in front. He's had a huge start to this game already. Wobbly kick towards goal. It hits the post. That might just be his only downfall in the season.
And his tats.
Yeah. And his tats. Fox is big on the tats. Miller into the pocket to Butts.
Well, you've got children now.
Yeah.
You'll understand what when we talk about tats.
And I'm not. I don't have any stickers. You know,
I'm stickerless.
Yeah. Rochelle.
Only because I'm scared of Mum.
Well, yeah.
Well, Mary would beat the shit out of me. Absolutely. If I came home with stickers, she would absolutely flog me.
Yeah. That's just the pain side of it. And I don't think it looks great when you're old and wrinkly.
No. Well, I'm nearly there already.
Banfield swings it inside 50 again. McAndrew at the back, dangerous times.
He can't handle McAndrew. He cannot handle.
Pond and
he doesn't know how to find.
Kicked it straight into Bolton, who opens it up now for Young. Handball to Jackson, runs into goal. He was just checked at last moment.
Goodness me.
And the kick came off the side of the boot, but landed nicely for Voss in the pocket.
Now, he's had a dirty day, Voss, right? He's 15 out. He's got to kick this, otherwise, because he's a confidence player. He might even do the double cobra if he kicks it.
Left forward pocket, he'll run around, snap to goal, and kicks the goal. Well, so he does get one.
Well, that's how you want to get one too.
Yeah.
You're just standing in no man's land and it lands on your chest. So, yeah, there's a couple of opportunities. It was a really good smother there by Bolton. Laird thought he was out. Bolton was ever alert. Jackson had the opportunity to kick the goal. He was run down by Neil-Bullen and was sitting there going, all right, beautiful. Great smother by Bolton. That's exactly what the coach should be looking for.
He looks really a lot more committed. Not to say he wasn't committed last year, but he looks more committed to the team aspect of the game.
Is this his second year at Freo or third?
Second, I think. I'll double check that. I'm pretty sure it's his second.
Sometimes it just takes a bit of time to actually,
connect.
Where you're living, finding your feet and fitting into the environment, a new setup, all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, he might have found his comfort zone.
Dockers by 18 points. Rochelle out of the middle. Bouncing ball inside 50. Walker trapped it. Couldn't take it cleanly. Paddled forward by Neil-Bullen. Did well. Kept the ball alive. Toby Murray was there as well, but it's cleaned up by Walker in the back half for the Dockers. Sends it down the broadcast wing. Reed got up high. Couldn't take it. Boundary wins in the end.
He's like a cat, Murphy Reed. When he goes up, he lands on his feet. Like, he's got really good balance, really good centre of gravity.
Yeah.
Just knows where it's all happening. He's very, very talented. Yep.
50 plays 32. Cox, impressed by him tonight. Brayshaw coming through as Jackson. Quick handball over the shoulder. Cook. Have it off to Miller, who sold some candy and then sends it up in the breeze to full forward. Ball travels out the back, nearly through the hands of McDonald. Davies wrapped up in the tackle by Fogarty. He pinned one arm and the umpire let it play.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Wagner spills out, though. Ball still in motion as Keys tried to burst out.
Fogarty was absolutely robbed there. He tackled his opponent beautifully. He just dropped the ball and the umpire said, nah, that's all right.
Good effort. 20 metres from goal. McAndrew smothered from Pedler was good on Brayshaw. Edwards. And Walker had him, locked him up 30 metres out directly in front.
Dixon Young just saying, get away from me to each other.
So Cox down to Brayshaw, and again we'll have a ball up. Good crowd out on the hill. Mandra, home of the Peel Thunder.
Yep, they'll be just having a couple of quiet lemonades.
A couple of Swan lagers.
Wait for tomorrow. That's when it hits you.
That's true. Butts spins through a bit of traffic. Kicks to his opposing 41 in Banfield.
They still sell EBU bitter over there?
I don't know. I haven't been to Perth in 10 years, I reckon. So I've got no idea.
It used to be the beer that was...
Apart from today, I haven't been to Perth.
No, that's it. That's it.
Nice to be back. So Miller just showing a replay.
He's had a very good game, Miller. Been very steady.
McAndrew tried to get it into a little bit of space. Brayshaw to Davies. Deep inside defensive 50. The handball was shocking there from Wagner, looking for Banfield. Under pressure here a bit, the Dockers. Chase Jones burrowing through. Dawson's in there as well at ground level. And 2 Dockers wrap him up.
But they're doing their job, Fremantle, because they're bottling it up because Fremantle the Adelaide Crows are kicking with a pretty strong breeze.
Yeah. Cox v. McAndrew. Cox clear. Tap down to Brayshaw. Sarong. Handball back to Davies in space. Gets it out of defensive 50. Outer side. 2 Crows converge. Ball at ground level. There was a throw from Laird. Clear throw, but umpire let it play. Bond was there as well. Now Bolton, who's got time and space, takes a bounce. Bond in pursuit. He's actually going with him. He did really well to corral him. But Murphy Reid kept on running. Sends him inside 50 and it's cut off. The kick was in the direction of Jackson, but Miller
he's the best
sat
man
in the hole.
He's best man on the ground at the moment.
Underrated Miller. Nick Murray on the last line of defence.
It looks like a young Johnny Gastev.
Johnny Gastev.
With the big beard. He's got the big bushy beard.
Yeah, he does. Moral.
Right, good footballer, Johnny Gastev.
What year are we talking there, Ox? Because
late 80s, late 80s, early 90s.
Maybe I shouldn't know necessarily who he is.
Brisbane. So he was very, very good.
Ball dispute on the wing. Walker was there and Chapman as well. And Sarong was wrapped up in a 3 Crow tackle.
He's just trying to take all the $100 bills out of his pocket that he's just earned over the next 7 years. He's signed a pretty lucrative contract, and well deserved too.
Dockers to half forward. Butts spilled the ball as he was tackled by Young. He's so lively here, Hayden Young. He's just going to be so important for the Dockers this year.
We can tell he's missed footy, hasn't he? So just on the tackles, 40 to Fremantle, 46 to the Adelaide Crows.
Spills away. Pedler. Out of defensive 50, ball to the wing. Nicely trapped there by Rochelle, who went back inboard. And in the breeze, he sets it up. Long inside 50. Keys can run into an open goal as it sits up for him. He does that and he dribbles it low and punches it through. So Crows get one against the run of play. And they get their 5th on the board, 5-8-38. They trail still, though, by 12 points, 7-8-50 for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
Well, it was a good bit of play by Rochelle. He's been really quiet. Not sure where Rochelle's best position is.
He's been playing a bit of midfield today.
Yeah.
When those names come back, though, he's probably going to be pushed out.
Yeah. I think he can play wing, to be honest. Yeah, I know he's a half forward and he's crafty, but I think he's got a bit more skill and talent than just letting him starve inside 50. I wouldn't mind seeing him further up the ground because he does make good decisions and he's crafty.
Yeah, he's that link-up player, though, that you can kick it to from the middle. He can either wheel and go or he can get deep and help out the forward. So he was instrumental there.
Well, that's the challenge for Nix, isn't it? Where they can get the best output from him. But he's starting in the middle of the ground now.
Cox doing his own ruck work and then roving. Just threw it on the boot forward.
He looks fit, Cox.
He does.
He's done a lot of work.
Yeah. Dowling's in there and Bond as well. Ball at ground level. No one wants to take it out from the scrum. Ball up. Attacking side for the Crows. Attacking side for the Dockers. Cox in a wrestle with McAndrew. McAndrew won that. He was being held.
It's got to be a free kick to McAndrew.
McAndrew being held. The big 210-centimetre ruck. Plays on quickly. Dowling was the target. As he goes long inside 50. Mark dropped by Chapman. Marsh was the target, playing deep forward, the young man. All out of bounds.
So that's okay because it came in super, super fast. But when you're kicking with the breeze, the problem is forwards often forget to lead.
Yes.
Because you're waiting for the ball over the top.
Yeah.
If you don't lead, you don't create the space. So they've got to be disciplined and you've got to sacrifice your leads to give the other forward an opportunity to get some space.
Here's Rochelle bursting through a bit of stoppage. Can't cleanly get it away. Dowling. Now to Keys, who tried to take on 2 Dockers. Umpire, they're letting him play quite a bit tonight.
Well, it should have been too high. He had his head ripped off.
So we're 40 metres from goal for the Crows. Cox has been good. Dowling from the stoppage. Throws it on his boot. How does it bounce? To the right. They're peppering now the Crows. 5-9-39. 7-8-50. The Dockers, they lead by 11. 12 and a half to play.
So they're going to come over this side of the ground, over to us on the broadcast side. It looks like the favourite. It's a dangerous kick, though.
Holds up in the wing, doesn't it? So Dockers have got to be aware of that. As it's at ground level. There's Rochelle again getting busy. That's what he can do in the middle of the ground. And he might be a 5-minute midfielder per quarter. He can just provide a bit of a dynamic burst.
There's some players you just got to give them a free licence, and he might be one of them.
Absolutely. Bond tried to do too much. He stepped on Sarong, and that's a dangerous decision.
Sarong got him and got him bad.
He did. Bottom left corner of the square. At half back. Sarong, he's my Brownlow tip this year. Not with tips like that, he won't be, but he's a superstar. Erasmus back to Reid.
If they win the flag, he's every bit of chance.
Yeah. Good kick to Amos. Problem is he gets votes taken off him by Brayshaw and others. I reckon he's going to win it this year. Erasmus pokes it inside 50, looking for Young, and that's great transition from the Dockers. Tight against the boundary.
I might have to have a sandwich with you.
Yeah.
Because I think Nick Dacos, looking at the work that he's done.
Yeah.
And he scored 32 last year. He's going to rack them up. He's eventually going to win one.
We're talking Nutella sandwich, a ham and cheese sandwich.
Nutella, for sure.
Around the body from Young. He hit the belly of the ball, so top of the goal square it lands inside. Here's Tobin Murray trying to spin out of trouble. And we'll get a ball up top of the goal square. Ham and cheese are pretty expensive these days. Can't afford those.
No, they're dear.
$7 at 7-Eleven. Cox tried to throw a boot at it. And Curvis go to Worrell.
There.
He'll come back. Oh, should have taken that. Go back into attack. Chapman, long, raking kick. Just fallen short. And they're all sort of hanging around here. Erasmus was in no man's land, but won the footy. Chase Jones. Quickly back to Dowling. Out to Michael Annie. Linking up via hands. Out into space for Rochelle, but too much on it. Did not want a piece of that, Bailey Banfield. Knew what was coming at him. There's McVee in the middle of the ground. Brayshaw, 3 Crows to take on, and he got it out. Towed forward by Fogarty. 1-on-1 forward of field. Keys v Chapman. He's dived on. And it will be a ball up 50-48 from home.
I think Keys has been okay. Yeah. He's a stay-at-home forward at the moment. So the players all rushing down inside 50 now.
Cox down to Taylor, who loops it into space. Keys is there again, ran past it. A couple of Dockers in pursuit. Fogarty dancing through a little bit of traffic. Shelley was there as well. Fogarty again with his second or third effort. Doesn't really give in, and he's a big man. He's hard to bring down. Did well.
He does look like Rashudo, doesn't he? As in size, as in stature.
Big, broad shoulders.
Yep.
He's Dowling from the stoppage. Can't clear it. 30 metres out, top of the goal square. Adelaide's end of the ground. Kick to the left of your radio dial. Dowling there again. He can't clear this one, and we'll get another ball up as Fogarty was wrapped up. This one 27 metres from goal.
McAndrew, the ruckman for Adelaide, he's in, I don't know how much puff he's got left in his lungs.
No.
In
fact, he won that tap, though, down only to Sarong, who's on the last line of defence. Handballs through to a teammate. And Oscar McDonald is a little bit hot for him as he walks it over the line. In the right forward pocket for the Crows.
Let's see what Adelaide can do from the stoppage here. So they need to get it over the back. They've got to open up the ground and make it dangerous. So McAndrew.
Cox got the clearance away. Banfield throws it on his boot to the broadcast wing. 1-on-1. Nicely done there by Bond. Hugh Bond. Opens it up. Sends it deep to full forward. About 20 metres from goal. The mark was attempted by Marsh. Just burst through the hands. And Walker run down McDonald, who just got evading the tackle. Brayshaw's there. He exits D50 once more. And that's a great grab on the wing by Jackson. Now they open it up. Reid opens it up to Frederick, who takes a bounce down this broadcast wing. A second. He can kick inside 50. Has to be good. It wasn't. Amos. It was to his non-preferred side as Worrell mops it up. And finds Rochelle in the back half to then Curtis.
That's the difference with their footy at the moment. When Adelaide lose it, or when they win it and they take off, it's nowhere near as explosive as what Fremantle is. When Fremantle go, they look really, really dangerous.
Yeah.
He's just trying to find some oxygen.
It's always tough this time of year to suck them in.
The lactic acid builds up and the cobwebs are being blown out. You feel like you're going to die. First practice match, or the first couple of practice matches.
7-8-50 the Dockers, 5-9-39 they lead by 11. Keys, here he is. He's got them going again. It's a good spearing tackle by Walker. Ball on the outer side, wing position, a bit of boundary throwing.
He's had a tough day, Keys, because he got one in the midsection, or just below, and then he's been slammed in the ground a couple of times. Well, that one would have hurt. Surface is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Mandurah. Yep.
Cox has been all right. He had a fresh area.
Cox has been exceptional.
And Curvis through a bit of traffic, loops it up the chimney. Cox tried to volleyball spike it backwards. Laird, smothered handball by Brayshaw. Now it's a 2-on-1 foot race. Brayshaw did well, paddled it back into play, then got rid of Nankervis. Tobin Murray cleans it up, and inside 50 they go, nearly a mark. I think that was Johnson who left it, Voss in fact, who left it behind. And it might come back in for the Dockers with Brayshaw, 50-metre penalty. He juggled the mark, and it was slapped out of his hand by Rochelle. And the umpire, a little bit over-officious, says, come with me, 50 metres.
Well, do you reckon he cleanly grabbed it? I don't reckon
I think he was in the process of regathering on the second bite.
I think your point is well made that it was over-officious. We're in a practice match. It wasn't conclusive that he'd marked it.
No.
And he could have been cut a little bit of slack on that occasion.
We'll need to see a replay, but that was just from my naked eye what I thought.
This is a tough kick, though.
It is. Right behind him here. Should start it left and bring it back. He started it left. It didn't come back.
Wow.
Dragged it. That's been his one issue in his career.
Yep.
Not a great set shot goal kicker.
No, he's good on the run. Yep. He's just got to... That was a three-step. That was a three-step approach. He's got to have a better system than that.
Nice kick from fullback. Toby Murray on the end of it. Sends him into the centre square. Walker.
Yeah, shot it.
Rolls and goes. He sends it deep. One-on-one. Forward of the footy. Pedler did well. Pushed off McVee. And took a nice grab. Good transition coast to coast for the Crows.
I reckon I want to see this bloke more forward at times.
Pedler?
Yeah, he's very, he's very, very good.
You know what he's got? Mongrel.
Yep.
He's got a bit of mongrel about him, and I like him.
Yeah. Yeah, I like him too. I think he reads it really well.
Yeah.
But he's a competitive beast.
1 goal, 1 already today. From just left of centre, 15 metres out. Should pop it through. Pedler on his way. On the left boot, kicks the goal. 2 goals for Luke Pedler this afternoon. They bring the margin back to 6, the Crows. With 6.5 to play in this third term for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
Well, I'll tell you how all that started. Because it's a young man up at centre-half forward. I think it was a Murray? Yeah, Toby Murray.
Yeah.
So, and then he just wheeled and went. Once you go inside and you've got the breeze up your ginger, your forward line is just, there is just space everywhere.
Yeah.
And then you've got a smart player like Pedler and he just finds space over the back. So that was their best probably set play for the afternoon. So well done. Back in the middle, and Luke Jackson will go up against... I'm really enjoying watching this first time ruckman, Lockie McAndrew.
Yeah.
He's actually having a spell at the moment, but when you're 210 centimetres and you haven't played much footy, there's a fair bit of growth in front of him. So
Toby Murray is in the ruck, and he did pretty well in that contest. But Freo have got the clearance now. Jackson loops the handball wider to Bolton. Sends the ball long inside 50, cut off by Worrell. That's easy pickings for the Crows defender. He runs his measure and sends it long to the broadcast wing. Taylor underneath it, took the mark on the chest in front of McVee.
He's not happy, McVee, with that either.
Rolls around on the right boot, looking for a target forward of the footy. Walker was back. Davies was there. He wins the free kick, the Freo defender. And Tex, it's a pre-season game. You can chill. You don't have to be so aggressive.
He thought he was blocked from running at the footy, but he got his hands on the footy, his opponent, so he can't be blocking.
Clark, left back pocket.
Just the broken heel coming out of him.
He's a passionate man, Taylor Walker. High kick to the outer side. Back forms that great mark there. Good intent from Jai Amos. That's better. That's what Dockers fans want to see from him.
Yeah, we want him getting it up on the wing? No, but we are kicking it in the breeze, so he's got to go down and give an option. So it's still a good piece of play.
Murphy Reid on the end of the kick.
He's been playing a different role today, Murphy Reid. He's just been on the wing pretty much all day.
Kick was out in front of Wagner to just get his skates on to get there. And inside 50, mark taken, sliding in low by Luke Jackson.
He can't kick this. He cannot make the distance. Now, mark my words.
Do you want a Nutella sandwich on this
Yes,
one?
I'm having a Nutella sandwich on it. He cannot make the distance. So he'll be kicking from 47 metres. There is no chance that he will kick the distance. There'll be no chance he'll even have a shot.
Yeah, he's into a stiff breeze, as we've seen all day. He's 50. He'll kick from probably on the paint of 50.
He cannot make the distance.
No. Mark stands at about 48. On his way. Paint of 50. Sends it towards goal. It's a good-looking kick. Ox. Oh, it's hit the post.
And that was at the top of the post.
Post tie. It was really at the point of the goal post.
Well, he's the only player all day that's been able to kick it 50 metres into the breeze.
You know what he didn't do there is didn't send it high. He penetrated the kick flat.
And it started to climb, though. But he still had plenty on it.
Did. Dawson at half-back. 4 minutes to play in the quarter. Sends one long down the wing. Taylor was the target. McVee 50. Played on 50 inside the centre square, and he's lucky. He's very lucky.
McVee's been beaten the last 3 or 4 occasions, so he hasn't had a good third quarter. He had a very good first half.
Zach Taylor, 70 from goal.
I reckon it's deliberate by the Crows. They've taken him out of the defensive 50 and brought him up the ground.
Long kick that's gone all of 65 metres. Spoiled through as Marsh went up to grab it. And a minor score.
And that's what you might have to do with McVee. Just take him out of his comfort zone, because when the ball's getting over the top, he looks at sea.
Certainly does. 7:10:52, 6:10:46 for tyre power. Your trusted tyre experts. John Donahoe, David Schwartz with you. It's great to be back on AFL Nation. Crows come to this. In fact, the Dockers come to this near side. Tobin Murray left it behind. Dawson cleans it up. Gives it to Scholl, who throws it on his left boot inside 50. Mark taken by Marsh.
He's a good player, this kid.
He can. Full-chested, hands out. He didn't go on the chest stocks, which annoys me with some forwards. He went mitts out and took a nice grab.
You wouldn't want to mix him up with your spaghetti in the bowl, because he is very lean. He's got little arms, little legs, but he's got what you like. He leads at the footy. He's got a beautiful kick.
30 goals in 15 matches for West Adelaide in their under-18s. 12 goals in the under-18 championships for South Australia.
He'll just aim at the right-hand goalpost here.
Son of Ben Marsh, premiership player at the Crows, and that's a wobbly shank.
Let's not give a kid a rap.
No.
He's filthy on himself too.
Yeah. So Dad played 48 games for the Crows, including 1998 premiership. Also spent some time at Rich.
I don't remember his dad.
Ben Marsh. Premiership player in 48 games is pretty handy. 2.5 to play.
I don't remember him.
Right half back for the Dockers.
A little bit of homework on him.
O'Meara gets up from the bottom of the pack. 52 plays 46. Dockers by 6 points as we approach the end of the third quarter. Jackson flicked it out the back cleverly. Here's Scholl. Spins around on the left boot. Inside 50. Walker wanted to hold. He won't get it. Pounced on it at ground level. Gave it to Keys. He chips to the pocket. Clever. And it went all of 14.856 metres. And it gives
Pedler again.
Pedler a look at the goals.
Another opportunity. So Pedler, he's coming in for number 3.
He's
good return.
In the left forward pocket. Around the body. Beautiful strike.
It's a great kick.
He's a good player. Luke Pedler. Hung it up in the breeze, brought it back nicely. He's got 3.
The players thought the umpire was going to call a point then, and they're going, hang on a minute, went straight through the middle. So well done. It's a good little output. So in his, he averages 1 goal a game anyway. And he's 39. He's kicked 40.
Yep.
So if he can get his 25 to 30 goals this year, he just becomes the X factor, doesn't he?
He does. Scores a level. Not that the score means a huge amount in these games, but 52 apiece. 25.5 minutes gone in this third term. What's going to be the biggest storyline of 2026 across the league, do you think?
I think there'll be a coach gone early.
Early?
Yeah.
Okay. Early as in first half of the year?
Yeah, first half of the year.
Wow.
And they're always big. If a coach moves, it's always a big. When Simon Goodwin left last year, it was a big story.
Free kick to the Crows inside 50. It'll be Rochelle.
I think the other one might be Ugelhagen. I think if he starts and plays good footy, it'll be a big story.
Yeah.
Redemption and I hope he does. I really do. But if he does, it's bittersweet for Bulldogs.
Yeah.
who tried to get him right, and they just couldn't get him going.
So on that, as Rochelle lines up at left half forward, who is the coach under most pressure?
I think there's got to be a few of them. I think Alistair Clarkson's needs to perform. I think Brad Scott needs to perform. So there's a few of them out there that are going to have good starts to the season.
Rochelle.
Michael Voss
sends it towards goal and kicks it from 50.
Good kick.
Beautiful bend on that. And a bit of reward for his effort today. And they take the lead now, the Crows. 8:10:58 to 7:10:52 for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. I think you're right. I think the one to watch is Vossi at Carlton. Now that Adam Simpson's come in as a little sort of consultant, that might be an easy transition to make. Never have we had better coaches in waiting.
So but just say North Melbourne doesn't work out. And I love Clarko and played with him and all that sort of stuff. But if they're not getting the results, Adam Simpson is a pretty big name down at the North Melbourne Footy Club.
Absolutely.
So he could be waiting there. I think your bloke's okay. I think Ross is safe. I think Adamuze's safe. Stephen King obviously safe. Chris Scott's safe. But if you're not performing and you haven't performed for a number of years in those sides we just mentioned, that's always going to be the big story and the big storyline.
Johnson from the middle sends the ball to right half forward for the Dockers. Miller takes it out with a boundary throw in.
Luke Beveridge is just re-signed, didn't he? So he's going to be okay.
Would you say, is Brad Scott under pressure at the Bombers?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think he's one.
Well, he has to be.
Yeah.
But he's a bit of a victim of circumstance too, because they haven't been able to get their cattle on the park.
Yeah, you don't want to sack another coach at the Bombers as McVie to Young. Left foot ball inside 50. Mark nearly taken by Tracy. Had a good piece of it. And then the tackle laid by Bolton on Miller on the last line. High pressure stuff. We're going to ball up.
Miller was almost gone there. If he had been able to extend his arm, Bolton was saying he tried to fend me off. I don't think that was right.
Worrell throws a foot at it, and a mark taken inside 50 by Neil Erasmus.
Now, he's not a known goal kicker.
No.
He's only kicked a handful of goals in his career. 4. How many games? About 40 odd? 38. So he's kicked 4 goals in 38. He's kicking into a 4-goal breeze. He's kicking from 35, 40 metres. I will say it'll be touched on the line.
All right, okay. 24 seconds
take
to
his
play.
Best.
He's 40 metres out. He's already too close to the man on the mark. Sends it towards goal.
Not going to get there.
Holds up, and it's just short of the... well read, Ox. Just short of the goal line as Jones is wrapped up.
So he knew he couldn't get the distance, so he gets too close to the man on the mark, which means he's got to lift it or elevate it quickly, which means it's got a sky.
Yeah.
And it was coming backwards when it got to the goal square.
Final stages of this third term, Sarong, he nearly tried to kick the miracle goal as he was tackled. Laird offloaded it. Here's Tobin Murray, threw a bit of traffic, did too much. And as the siren goes, a free kick was awarded to Hugh Bond. So low-scoring affair in Mandurah. The Crows with a 4-goal to 1 quarter. 8:10:58 the Crows. They lead by 6 points. 7:10:52 on the scoreboard for Tyre Power. Your trusted tyre experts will get David Schwartz's thoughts next on AFL Nation.
This is the 2026 AFL Community Series on AFL Nation. Thanks to Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
Real people, real products, real fun. No matter who you are, Sexyland has something real sexy for everyone. With Australia's biggest range of sexy costumes, lingerie, couples toys and fun gifts and games for adults. Sexyland. 11 stores in Melbourne and Geelong, open till midnight 7 days a week. Or shop online for 2-hour delivery. Sexyland.com.au.
Audio. It's more powerful than you think. What you hear can take you far from here. Can move you to dance, to run, to tears. It's all in your ears. For advertising with the power to reach 4 times more Australians than ad-supported Spotify, start with commercial radio and audio, where brands are heard. CRA.au.
If you love a country pub, you'll love the Ultima Hotel in the heart of the Mallee. This classic country pub is located in the town of Ultima, just down the road from Swan Hill. Whether it's a Sunday session with meat off the famous smoker, a few games of pool, or just a great day with mates, head to the mighty Ultima Hotel in the heart of the Mallee. They're also proud supporters of the Ultima Roos, Lara Cats, Swan Hill Jockey and Bannockburn cricket clubs. Follow them on Instagram at the Ultima Hotel to stay informed with what's going on at the pub.
Every winning team knows performance is everything. And when it comes to your engines, Sinopec Premium Lubricants deliver championship results. Now with a brand new warehouse at 1 Rosebride Place, Truganina, Sinopec is ready to keep your business running smoother, faster, stronger. Just like a clean sweep to the boundary. Don't let your engines get caught out. Stay powered with Sinopec Premium Lubricants. Visit sinopeconline.com.au. Sinopec Premium Lubricants. Engine performance that hits for 6.
Tradies, this one's for you. The brand new ABN TradeMates app is here. Made by tradies for tradies. Smart tools for the job right there in your pocket. Stay connected with access to the ABN Group's community updates, the latest news, tips and seasonal info. Plus, up-to-date safety info and alerts. And when you need support, Subby Assist has your back. Unlock exclusive rewards like sports and concert tickets just for being part of the crew. Download the new ABN TradeMates app today. Stay informed, stay connected and get rewarded.
Razorback 4x4 seat covers, the perfect protection, comfort and style for your four-wheel drive interior. They're perfectly tailored to fit like a glove, keeping your seats safe from spills, mud and everyday mess. They're easy to clean, super comfy to sit on and they look the part too. With a range of materials and colours to choose from, free shipping across Australia and thousands of 5-star reviews, it's no wonder four-wheel drive owners everywhere are choosing Razorback. Protect your pride and joy. Check out razorback4x4.com.au today.
Dreaming of lower energy bills? Then wake up to Crowns Electrical and Solar. Fully Australian owned, they've been selling, supplying and installing solar technology for over 12 years. In fact, they do it all and have been powering up the savings for households right across Metro Melbourne and regional Victoria. And you could be next. Don't wait, you can join thousands of other satisfied customers. Visit crowselectrical.com and power up your savings and win big with lower energy bills. That's CROWLZ.
REC 22623.
Say hello to OMG Oat Milk Goodness. They're celebrating the everyday champions of local cricket, giving one local club the chance to win a junior cricket coaching session with Australian keeper Alex Carey. Who would you nominate? Is it the coach, the minivan dad, the club president, or the mum who cuts the oranges and track the score? For your chance to win, visit sen.com.au/win and nominate an everyday champion at your local club.
This is the 2026 AFL Community Series on AFL Nation. Thanks to Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
Defensive 50, ball to the wing. Nicely trapped there by Rochelle, who went back inboard. And in the breeze, he sets it up. Long inside 50. Keys can run into an open goal as it sits up for him. He does that and he dribbles it low and punches it through. So Crows get one against the run of play.
So he's coming in for number 3.
In the left forward pocket. Around the body, beautiful strike. He's a good player. Luke Pedler hung it up in the breeze. Brought it back nicely. He's got 3. Plenty of unmissable moments throughout this game, all thanks to Drinkwise. You won't miss a moment if you drink wise. John Donohoe and David the Ox Schwartz with you. Crows by 6 points. 4 goals to 1 in that quarter. They turned the tide a little bit with the breeze Ox.
Yeah, they did. They played okay, but it's a 4-goal breeze, so you'd expect Fremantle to go on and run away with this. So just give you some numbers for,
please,
if you are interested in how your players and your favourite players are going. Sarong and Reid for Fremantle, they 21 apiece. Brayshaw 17, 16 to Young, and 15 to Luke Jackson. For the Adelaide Crows, Worrell's had 22. He's leading all footballers. Miller has had 20, Laird has had 20, and Curvis 17, and Rochelle's had 14. So, look, the usual suspects are getting it for Fremantle. I'd expect them to probably kick 6 or 7 goals this quarter and beat Adelaide by 4 or 5 goals. It just depends whether they want to really put the foot down or if they're just going to cruise into the week off and then get ready for the following week. But Fremantle's footy, when they do decide to play and get going, they've looked really dangerous.
Now, they might swing a few changes here as well, because we haven't seen the likes of Isaiah Dudley or Skerry, who's the new player for the Dockers, number 45, signed last week. And Nathan O'Driscoll, I think I saw with the tracksuit off. So they'll probably throw a few around here. Last quarter, AAMI Community Series back underway. McAndrew in the middle up against Jackson. Keys takes the clearance away, but only as far as
free kick.
Jackson. Free kick for high.
So Keys is in the midfield. So he's been sitting in the forward pocket. So they've decided to throw him in the middle and get some legs, some run into the old legs of his.
Butts gets it from Keys, who found it wide to the outer side.
I like Keys. You know what you're going to get from Keys. He's going to give you 100% every week, and that's all you want.
Floated ball from Butts down the line, and there was a block on Dawson. McVee took the mark, but Dawson was held without it.
Against Clark, who blocked him.
Sends him into the pocket. Mark taken by Walker. So Tex too far out to score.
You know he's in his third game, playing against the bloke who's played in 300. So 303 games between them.
Tex sets it up to the square. Big fly. Came deep, and now the shot at goal is a beauty. Very nice finish from Cook around his body.
It's a great finish.
Bent it back off the crumb. And a very, very nice finish from Braden Cook, who's been swung forward.
Just watching, that was Pedler, who was at ground level again.
Did he flick the hands?
He's very, great handball out. He could have actually had a snap himself, and then it was a pretty sharp finish because bearing down was Tobin Murray, who was right behind him, and he only had a millisecond to get rid of it, and he did. Good finish.
Well, Cook's been playing predominantly back half for the first 3 quarters of this game. Throwing the magnets around a little. He's in the middle, I think, now even. On the wing. Nice finish, Braden Cook.
Jager O'Meara's playing on him, and I thought Jager O'Meara had been subbed out because he has been so quiet. He's had 4 touches.
Back in the middle we go. Jackson got up high over McAndrew. He'll win his own clearance here as well, Jackson. Towed it forward, but Mark taken at centre-half back.
That's where he's good, Jackson. He's not only a ruckman, but he's also a fifth midfielder, isn't he?
Michael Annie swings it to the outer side, but as the run from Miller ignores that, goes down the line. Kick was nice to Fogarty.
He can hoof it into the breeze because he has got a powerful leg.
He can. Opens up the angle and rolls onto the right boot. Does just that. Hoofs it into the breeze. Walker, the target deep. Paddled it to his own advantage. McVee was there at ground level at right half back. And Tex helps him up and says, all good. We'll have the ball up.
He's taking his calming pills at 3/4 time, so he's feeling good about life again.
Jackson throws it on his boot from the ruck contest. Tracy the target. Ball in dispute. Butts ran over the top of it, then looked around and asked where it was. Amos gathered the footy on the wing and was wrapped up by Nick Murray. Great tackle by Nick Murray. They send the ball in motion straight away.
So Amos has got to be better there. He's just got to break the tackle and get the ball inside 50.
So Neil Bullen on the outer wing. Classy user. Sends it to 50. And
free kick.
McAndrew should get himself a free kick. Now, do you want to have a sandwich on where this ball might go?
I guarantee you'll handball it.
He does just that from the paint of 50. Dawson checks his kick to top of the goal square. Fogarty got a piece of it. Cook's lurking again. Coming through. There was Tobin Murray. McDonald on the last line of defence. Spoil there from Worrell. McVee chips to the Bolton direction, but it's cut off by Laird.
Bolton's just got to go at the footy. He waited for it to come, and Laird, he's too talented and too experienced to wait for the footy to arrive to him.
It's a high kick to 30 metres from goal.
Bang.
And that's a great mark by Toby Murray.
That was a clunk, wasn't it?
The big fella got to front position and just let it settle in those mitts.
He's 200 centimetres. Oh, he's going to give it off.
Yeah, he's going to give it off. There's 2 of them lining up. Rochelle was the option, and he's 40 metres out directly in front. So good square up there by Toby Murray.
Poor checking there by Fremantle.
Yeah.
They were waiting for him to go back. I love that. That was a really, really good demonstration there of some talent coming through. So if you haven't seen him, he's wearing the number 39. His name is Toby Murray. He's 200 centimetres, and he's going to play some footy for the Adelaide Crows.
Shelley on the runway, passes the paint of 50, 40 metres out, directly in front for his second of the night, and it just pulls in the breeze to the left. Chipped it.
It's hard to kick through the footy when kicking into the breeze.
Yeah.
Just getting the ball drop right is, it's a really difficult skill to get right.
Pedler did well. Give it off to the captain in Dawson by hands. Chipping ball was not great from Dawson, so Rochelle forced to backtrack to Dawson. And he's turned it over, the skipper. Chapman at right half back.
So they've closed the game down, Adelaide. They're not allowing Fremantle to take off, so they're going to make them go through the middle and take a risk.
Long raking kick to the middle of the ground, to the edge of the square. Michael Aney with the ball off hands. Back inboard to Laird. Danced through a bit of traffic and then it's turned it over. It was cut off by Wagner. One of many who's going with the headband this year for the Dockers.
Looks like Grizzly Adams.
Beautiful kick into the path of Frederick. He can steady, shot at goal, finishes it beautifully.
Great finish.
He's classy, Michael Frederick. He's got something to like about him. And that was a nice steady from about 38 metres out on the run. Finishes it beautifully. They get their 8th goal of the match, 8-10-58. They trail 9-11-65.
He's the one player I look at in Fremantle and I go, why don't you do more?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Why aren't you in more contests? Because you've got a rig, and I'm talking about a body built for AFL.
Yeah.
Like, he's powerful, he's got strength, he's got a good leap, he's got a beautiful kick.
Yeah.
He makes good decisions when he gets it, but he just doesn't get it often enough.
I agree with that.
So he's had it 8 times today for 1 goal, 1. He's 63% disposal efficiency. I would just like him to get busier.
He bobs up in moments. He has moments instead of consistent play.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah. Bolton loops the handball over his shoulder. Banfield lost it momentarily. Crows win it back. They go to half forward. Bouncing ball was clever. The paddle was even better. Neil Bullen running into an open goal. Sizes him up and finishes with a behind. That deserved a goal.
Oh, that would have hurt Adelaide. That would have hurt the Fremantle Dockers because that was just... And that's what Fogarty can do. He just sees the play unfold in front of him. Tap in, and Neil Bullen would normally kick that. It is a hard kick running into the breeze.
McPhee launches it up into the breeze. Ball to the wing. Spoil came from Butts. At ground level, clever tap from Reid into the path of Tobin Murray, who toes it forward. He's got some Crows in tow. Good bump off the footy by Keys. It's cleaned up by Miller up, half back. He's been really good tonight, Miller. Ooh, landing awkwardly there. Look at that, yeah. As Nankervis attacks the footy, gives the hands to Dawson. Back to the big fella, McAndrew, who laces out Fogarty. That's the best moment of his night so far.
I tell you, he kicks it better than he handballs it.
Fogarty rolls and goes top of the square. Walker on the second attempt. It was to his advantage. A couple of Dockers defenders fled back, but Walker had front position. And on the second bite, he took the mark 20 metres out directly in front.
That was the big boy, Lockie McAndrew, who just lowered his eyes. Yeah. And he actually kicks it well.
He does.
Is that his first kick of the day?
That was on the run as well. No, I think he's had a couple of kicks.
That's his second kick.
Well, that was right.
Well done. He's just doubled his output for the afternoon.
Taylor limps off.
Got a corky or a cramp.
So Walker from just about directly in front. Should make no mistake. We've said that before, though. And he does. I shouldn't have even said it. That was a dead set.
And you know why?
It's like my golf swing being pulled out to the left.
You know what it was? He's got a high ball drop anyway, but it was an extra high ball drop. When you're dropping it high and it's windy,
that was a big snap hook.
It's a long way to get down to your boot.
Yeah, it is. So 9-13-67 the Crows. They lead by 7 points. 8-10-58 the Dockers. Down the wing. Butts with the spoil. Ball hung up in the air momentarily. Tobin Murray was taken over the shoulder by Curtin, I think that is. No, Michael Aney. Curtin not playing, obviously, with their injury.
He's a little one, this one.
He is.
He just got clothesline. He kicked the goal in the second quarter.
Geelong VFL from Colac is.
Oh, they're tough down there.
They're tough down there, absolutely. Oh, that's a bullet pass to Tracy. He's got something to like about him, Tobin Murray. He might be a find. As Tracy takes the mark, 48 metres out, left of centre in the left half-forward flank.
So he's kicked the 3 goals straight. So the 9 disposals, taken 5 marks, he's had 3 inside 50s. This is what I like, though. He's had 4 tackles. So he works hard.
He does.
So this is right-hand goal post. Let the Breeze bring it back.
The kick from just inside the paint of 50. Hangs it out to the right and does kick the goal.
Good kick.
Saw it beautifully. Brought it back in the Breeze. And the Dockers get one back, their 9th of the afternoon. 9-10-64, 9-13-67. The Crows, 3-point margin for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
So just a sloppy free kick on the centre wing there against the Adelaide Crows with Tobin, and then just got it inside. When you've got a forward who leads like that, all Tracy has to remember, if he's having a bad afternoon, just keep leading. Keep leading, because eventually it'll come your way. Taylor's off the ground. We'll keep an eye on him. He has got a corky or he's got a strain, so we'll have that information for you shortly.
He was in discomfort when he came off for sure. Ball back in the middle, thrown up. Cox did well. Held it down. Edwards was there. It was lively in the first half, and then didn't get much of the footy from there, but his defensive side of the centre circle rolls and goes on his right boot to about 40 from goal. Free kick found, and it is going Walker's way.
How they picked that out?
I don't know. There was a big pack formed of Walker and Fogarty and others.
No, it's going to go to Oscar McDonald, is it?
Is it? No, it's Mitch Marsh.
No one knows.
No one knows that. So Tex didn't know.
Well, out of anyone who's had a kick in the last 10 minutes, this bloke's the most likely to kick it, and he's never played a game.
Yeah, it's true. He's got a booming left boot.
He's got a hoof.
Wearing the number 26 jumper.
Mark Bayes-like on the left.
He's slight in stature, it must be said. But they have high wraps on him. So Mitch Marsh on his way in, just about directly in front. Left boot, hangs it to the right. It comes back. Just misses.
He could have kicked 3 or 4.
Yeah, it was a nice attempt at goal and a minor score.
I like the cut of his jib.
I do as well. So 11.5 to play for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. Dockers from fullback. Chapman goes long to the outer side. One-on-one wrestle as Banfield did well, paddled it back to himself. Bolton left it behind. Scholl gathers. Quick hands were good. Square it up to Laird, who's just inside the edge of the centre square. He's got Miller to his left. He chooses to avoid that and goes to half forward. The fly came in from Cook. So a little paddle behind him. Wagner, Reed, the headband gang. And now in the middle of the ground to Erasmus. They set it up nicely. Bit of room now for Bolton to work into. Bouncing ball. He's got Laird in tow. Sets it up out in front of Amos. Yeah, it didn't give Amos any real help.
Well, he just tried to be too cute. You just make it easy on your forwards who are coming up at it.
And the kick from Worrell to Scholl was spoiled out of bounds at right half back.
So 4 points in it. Thought Fremantle will be able to run away with a 4-goal Breeze in the last quarter, but to Adelaide's credit, they've been pretty dour. Pretty tough to break down. I think some of the decision-making by Fremantle has got a lot to be looked at.
So Brayshaw from the stoppage throws it on his boot. It lands just at the feet of Young, who had a little bit of time to mop it up. He's tackled by Laird. Top of the goal square. Tracy spinning out of trouble, unopposed. Handball off. Gives it to Banfield. A flying shot at goal. It's high in the Breeze and it's behind.
They're coming. They're coming with a bit of a flurry.
They are.
Adelaide kick one more, though. Fremantle can kick 3 or 4 really quickly.
It's been played at a reasonably good intensity, I think, for
there hasn't been too many
game.
collisions or too much body on body, but it's been played hard and it's been played fast.
Shelley has it in the right back pocket. Broadcast wing. That's the direction he goes as this one holds in the Breeze. Slapped over the line by Mason Cox. So if I'm, and now clearly I'm not, but if I'm selecting the Freo Dockers side in round 1 to take on Geelong at GMHBA Stadium, I'm picking Mason Cox.
Oh, so am I.
And it frees up Jackson very nicely.
No, he's playing.
I don't think people expected him to be. I mean, he's been really good around the ground tonight, and he's just been good in the ruck.
I think he's been outstanding.
Yep. And Curvis, trust
But we've got to put it in context, though. they're rucking against a kid who's never rucked.
That is true.
At this level. So they're up against a newbie, even though on that occasion it was Toby Murray that was rucking.
To Reid on the wing. Another bullet pass to Tracy. Reid runs past. He wants it back. He doesn't get it. Left half forward.
Have a shot. You're only 70 out.
Yeah,
You've got the bruise up your ginger.
He does. He can roll onto his right boot. Doesn't choose to do so. Chips it into the pocket. Looking for Young. Paddled it into the Reid direction. They'll be out of bounds. So you're right. Boundary throw it in the right forward pocket. Right back pocket, I should say. It's a different kettle of fish coming up against the Blitzarves and others from Geelong.
Yeah.
Down there. But still, he's put his hand up.
Toby Conway for Geelong is not far off.
Yes, I think he's Bolton. Sharked it beautifully. Snapped the ball through the middle of the goals.
That is inexcusable, that set up there by the Adelaide Crows.
That's what they brought him for, a little bit of flair, but he was standing all by himself. And that's easy pickings for Shea Bolton.
Well, it is easy pickings because there's no one defensive on him.
Yeah.
And it'd be something that Matthew Nix would be saying, I'm telling you now, if we get to this stage of a game in the season proper and there is no one on the defensive side of Shea Bolton, there's going to be someone missing out the following week because that's not good.
Freo by 3 points.
It was Lachlan Scholl, I think, was on him.
Yeah, it was.
Was it Lockie Scholl? Yeah, it was
38.
Lockie Scholl. Yeah, Lockie Scholl was on him. The other player, there was one more player there too. It might have been Chase Jones that might have been trying to help out as well. So they got it horribly wrong.
First goal of the night for Bolton. 9 minutes to play. We're going to get a 6-6-6 warning, I reckon. We're still doing that, are we? There you go.
No. Swanee's got it all under control.
Cox v Murray. Cox got a clean tap away. Edwards for Adelaide. Got the handball away. Fed the handball nicely. Brayshaw to Young from inside the centre square. Just over the head of Tracy. So they've looked dangerous the last 10 minutes here, the Dockers, as that one spilled over the back into the pocket for a boundary throwing.
I think for the fans here at Mandurah, they've enjoyed what they've seen. We'll get to see them play in 2 weeks' time, but both sides have had a go. It hasn't been the greatest skillful game because of the breeze, but I think a great hit out for both clubs.
Back in the last line of defence, Nick Murray under a bit of pressure. Gets it out of there with the right boot to the broadcast wing. Walker was there. Marsh flew at it nicely. Brayshaw won it back. Clark, Brayshaw, Banfield, all via hands. They are retreating. Davies wearing the number 12. Jams on his right boot. Deep inside 50. Cox off hands. Voss run into a brick wall. And the Dockers, for now, might get this one back. They do. Clark went up with the...
Voss looks out of sorts.
He does. Went up with the leg, did Jordan Clark.
He has not been near the footy, Voss. He kicked one, but fell into his lap from a missed kick. Other than that, we've barely sighted him. I picked him as I picked him as the player that I expect to see the biggest rise out of this year.
The prancing pony.
Self-proclaimed.
So all Australian honours for Jordan Clark last year.
This bloke has no trouble kicking it.
No. He'll kick from outside 50. Breeze behind him. Sets it up. Loads it up. And kicks the goal. 52 metres out he kicked that from with absolute ease. Hung it to the right. Brought it back. And the pretty strong fan base in here at Mandurah, they're up and about on the eve of the season.
Yeah, they've got a right to be. I think there's a fair bit of optimism about what Fremantle are going to deliver this year. They're going to need a bit of luck, but they're going to need to win their games at home, which we know they're important. Because travelling every second week when you're aside from WA, is not easy, and we know that. They've got to come to Melbourne regularly. It's not easy. So it's a long trip and it wears you down. But you would expect them to improve on last year, and they had a good year last year.
Geelong in round one, followed by Melbourne and Richmond at Optus.
Those first 2 rounds might be tough.
And then round 4 against Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval. So they'll have a look at each other at that point. Dawson from the middle to half forward. Davies was good with the spoil. Off hands, Neil Bullen from Scholl. Has he hurt himself? No, he didn't.
No, he tripped over the line.
He did. He's coughed it up. Giving Freo a bit of run now. Murphy Reid on the outer side wing. Just got a hand in there late. Did Dawson. Coming out at hard was Butts. Gathered in a strong tackle. He's everywhere, Hayden Young. It's a big tackle on the outer side.
You can tell he's enjoying being back.
Yeah.
He's a competitor too, isn't he?
One of my favourite players in the comp. I think the way he goes about it, he's very good to watch. So Keys towed it from the ruck contest to the wing. Fogarty spinning out of trouble. He's fleet-footed for a big man. That was clever to Scholl over the top.
Need to present.
Yeah, they do. Scholl squares it up to Dawson.
Go.
On the edge of the centre square. Stands dormant. Nothing leading up at him, so he'll just go short. Back to Scholl. And again, inboard to Neil Bullen.
He'll lead. Yeah. He'll present.
Dawson runs on. He'll square it up now. Long to the top of the goal square. Pack forms. The mark was attempted from McAndrew. He was little chance when you see...
That was actually Mitch Marsh.
Oh, it was Mitch Marsh.
Yeah, it was Mitch Marsh. They got the same thickness of arms.
They do, yeah.
One's about a foot taller than the other.
So Marsh made a good fist of it then.
Yeah, he did.
Reid from the clearance. Ball on the outer side wing. Young. Had plenty of the footy. Back to Erasmus. Young sold some candy and spun around through the traffic. Chapman coughed it up. Good tackle laid by Jones. Freo able to get the clearance away. Dawson at half back. They're just messing with it a little bit.
Out there now.
Laird and Butts down the line. Young read it off the pack. Squares it inboard and Neil Bullen was in the way. 5.5 to play. It's the Dockers by 9. 77-68. Neil Bullen runs an arc and sends it to half forward. Ball holds up in the breeze. Hugh Davies. I've liked his game tonight. Hugh Davies.
Good work there by Walker just to keep his opponent with Shelley out of the contest.
But just the 2 games. Debuted in 2024. Didn't play a game in 2025. Hugh Davies due to injury. So he'll be putting his hand up. Ball at the back. Dawson on the wing. Chips inboard. Nice kick. Finds Bond. At centre half back.
James.
Hugh Bond. He brings it to this broadcast wing. Michael Annie. Bottom left point of the square. At right half back. Punches one down the line. It's going to be turned over and off the bench. Straight away came Banfield and he got the Jets on. Sent it into the path beautifully of Amos, who dropped an absolute sitter. Full stretch, full arms out.
It probably sums
up, taken it, hit him on the knee.
In today's game, it sums up Jai Amos.
Yeah.
Gets injured early, comes back on, takes a cracking grab, kicks the goal, and then 2 or 3 things, effort and execution, just awful.
High pressure from the Dockers. Johnson tight against the boundaries, walked it over the line. And he's been pinned for insufficient intent. It's back.
Well, I reckon it was there.
Yeah, it was. He just walked it over.
He had other options and refused to use them.
Worrell in the right back pocket. 4.5 minutes to play. The Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. Well, brings it to this broadcast wing. Breeze from that end, kicking to this side of the ground, has been really, really strong. And that's a free kick for last possession. So McDonald on the right boot, kicks to about 30 from goal. Ball off hands, spoiled through next to the left point post, in fact, in that forward pocket to the left of your screen, to your radio dial.
Well, just have a look at that deliberate. That's a player who's waiting for the pressure to come and didn't come, and he just got found out.
What about Miller? Fleet-footed out of defensive 50 to the wing. Up goes McDonald off hands. O'Meara gathered it. Went backwards to Clark, who stepped around Marsh. Retreats inboard to the middle of the ground. Opens the game up. Banfield. Ball on the bounce to McVee, who chips to the outer side. And Erasmus sends it flat. And a beautiful kick into the leading path of Josh Tracy.
He just keeps leading, Tracy. Yeah. He's going to he keeps getting the contest. He's going to get his 5 or 6 shots at goal every match. and he becomes a headache for a lot of defenders.
He does. So
this is left-hand goalpost.
He's kicked a couple tonight. 4 goals.
He's 4. If he gets a handful, it's a good
start.
warm-up to the season proper.
So he'll kick again from on the paint of 50 or just outside of it. He started at left. He came back right, but too much. Maybe he'll just hang it out a little bit more left. Oh, he's kicked the goal. Okay, sorry, my angle that I saw, he might have missed, but no, he's kicked the goal. So apologies to all the Doctors fans out there. He's kicked his 5th.
Got 5.
Yep, nicely done.
Good output. That's the sort of numbers they'll be expecting off him most weeks.
That one looked like it faded late, didn't it? Through the or over the post.
I think he just got so much power into it early that he'd already voluntarily cleared it. So he just snuck in. He was bending over.
He was. Bend it like Tracy. So 5 goals for the stand-in captain. Nice output for him. 12-11-83 to 9-14-68. Freo by 15 points.
Brayshaw or Sarong would have been the captain.
No, well, he flipped the coin, and on the official AFL.com, he was named as captain. So 5 goals for him. Here's Dawson from the clearance. Runs past Reid. Coughed it up to Keys. Trapped by Jackson. Murphy Reid wins it back and now opens it up to Frederick on the outer side. Low flat ball again. Beautiful kick to Young. They're all over him now, the Dockers. They've lifted their intensity. For a team that's not playing for a couple of weeks, this is a great hit out for them.
I thought this was going to happen a bit earlier, but it took them a little bit of time to wear the Adelaide Crows down. So they've used the conditions better, and they deserve to be winning this game by 4 or 5 goals.
So Hayden Young's just about directly in front. 1 to 9? No. 21 disposals, 8 clearances, 6 tackles. On the left boot, towards goal, fades to the left. And a minor score.
He's not happy with that.
No.
Because he actually aimed at the right, at the left-hand goalpost, which he had to. But it just didn't come back.
Long launch from into the wind from full-back from the Crows. And Mark's taken, that was a different strategy from Adelaide. Mark's taken by Erasmus in the middle of the ground.
He's had a good game.
He has. Plays his role nicely as he fans it wide to Murphy Reid. I like this kid.
He just knows how to find the footy. He does. Gets the right spots.
Lively. Sends it inside 50 over the head of Voss. Ball off hands. Worrell wins it back. Drills the ball to half-back where it's cut off by Brayshaw. Tells him to just calm down with a minute and a half to play. Goes to the right half-forward flank. Murphy Reid takes it, points at the goal, Babe Ruth style. Says, I got this. I'm small, but I can kick this with the breeze.
It's a bit harder from this pocket.
Yeah, outer side.
A bit harder.
Yeah. Right on the apex of the paint. Good to see some Victorian jumpers in the crowd as well.
Getting a bit of advice from the crowd too. Actually, the lady just said, can I take your photo? And she said, yep.
Yep. So Murphy Reid played every game last season. Rising star. Burst onto the scene. This would be something if he could bring this back. Opens up the angle, hangs it out to the right. And that's where it stays, and that's out on the full. Generally
so close to the man on the mark and then ran out to the boundary line.
Generally an indication of them trying to grab some more meterage when they creep around a little bit more. So last stages of this pre-season game, Jones finds Worrell on the outer side, long to the wing, Walker there. Trying to burst through a couple of Dockers, and that'll be holding the ball as time ticks down. 26 seconds to play. Dockers by 16 points. In front of their home fans on the Hayden Ballantyne wing, the outer side here at Rushton Park. Long kick to the 50. All over the head of Nick Murray, went with the spoil. Young still giving 100% effort. Can they get a late one with 5 seconds left? Bolton back inboard to Young and back out to Murphy Reid, and that should do us. As Reid dance steps around Shoal, and he didn't hear the siren. Nice hit out for both sides as they now have a week to set themselves up for their round 1 clash. Freo 12-12-84. Adelaide 9-14-68. The Dockers by 16 points at Rushton Park in Mandurah on a beautiful afternoon for footy. Some impressive plays, some impressive moments in this game. But all in all, the great news is no serious injuries for either side. David Schwartz.
Well, we'll just wait on Zach Taylor.
Yeah.
And Jordan Dawson just a little bit proppy towards the end of the game too, so we'll keep an eye on that. So we'll just quickly go through the goal kickers. For the Fremantle Dockers, 5 to Tracy, 1 to Jackson, 1 to Bolton, 1 to Frederick, 1 to Amos, 1 to Jordan Clark, and 1 to Paddy Boss, and also 1 to Murray. For the Adelaide Crows, Pedler 3, Keys 1, Jordan Dawson 1, Rochelle 1, Mitch Marsh, our favourite cricketer 1.
Yes.
Cook 1, Fogarty 1. So they were the goal kickers. I thought the game was played by two sides that are probably thinking that they're going to play finals.
Yeah.
And of just looking at those two purely objectively, Fremantle looked like they were a fair bit advanced compared to that of Adelaide.
They look pretty fit, Freo, don't they?
Yeah, they do. But they are on their home deck.
Yeah.
And they probably know the conditions a little bit better than Adelaide. I didn't think Adelaide had any tricks.
No.
I didn't think that they showed anything to suggest that they're going to be able to, continue that sort of form on from last year. But I saw it from Fremantle. I saw some things from Fremantle I really liked.
Yeah.
Adelaide have found one in Mitch Marsh. Can seriously play. He's going to be a really good player.
Yeah. Let's go from the Adelaide perspective first, because you were talking about Mitch Marsh there. I mean, that forward line's pretty jammed. Can you find a spot for that young man in that team when you get the likes of Archie, O'Brien, Rankin, Cumming, Hinge, Soligo, Berry, Peatling back into the lineup?
I'm playing Mitch Marsh.
Oh, okay.
Because there's enough to see there that he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So he might have to, play a hybrid role coming off the bench, playing half forward, playing deep in the forward pocket. No, he's going to play footy, and you've got to put games into him because he's going to be a very good player.
So when we read out those names, I mean, that's an incredible amount of experience. Callum Archer, two-time premiership player. What role are they going to fit him into? Because it feels like Archie. Yeah. It feels like they went out and thought he's the missing piece of our puzzle.
Is he a winger? Is he a half-backer? Or
is he a half-forward? He goes forward and kicks goals.
So that's Matthew Nicks again. He's got to find that role for him. I like Archie on the wing. I think he's better up the ground a little bit because he actually penetrates by foot and he kicks it really well.
Yeah. So the Crows' first 6 games, Ox, Collingwood in round 1 at the MCG. Tough start. Collingwood in round 1, the Dogs at Adelaide Oval in round 2. Tough, because the Dogs are looking all right. Geelong at GMHBA in round 3.
Yep.
Freo Adelaide Oval in round 4. Ouch. Carlton to start off gather round.
Ouch.
And the Saints at Adelaide Oval in round 6.
Yeah, it's a tough. Last year they had a really good run. So, so they could be 3-3. They could be 2-4, or they could be 1-5.
Well, at this stage, I'd probably give them the Pies game in round 1 at the G. They don't play that well at the G, though. Got them there last year.
They have beaten Collingwood at the G two of the last 3 times, something like that. So
prior to that, it was 15 or 16 in a row that they had lost.
Now let's give that a flip of the coin. So that's a 50-50.
Dogs at Adelaide Oval. Home field advantage, no?
No, I don't reckon.
Geelong down there.
No.
No. Dockers at Adelaide Oval.
Yeah, I'll give him that one.
You give him that one, okay. Carlton, they should beat. Start gather round.
Yep.
And the Saints at Adelaide Oval. Probably beat the Saints at Adelaide Oval.
Yeah, that's a 50-50. So, no, I reckon they'll be 3-3.
Okay.
If they're 3-3, I reckon they're happy.
You reckon?
Yeah,
okay.
I reckon they're happy.
Okay.
And what's Fremantle start?
Fremantle start is, we mentioned Geelong at GMHBA.
Okay, so let's say they'll lose that.
Yep. Melbourne at Optus.
Oh, please. No, they're 1-1, so they'll win that.
Richmond at Optus, 2-1.
So 2-1.
Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval. You've given Adelaide that one.
So 2-2.
2-2. Collingwood in gather round at the Adelaide Oval.
3-2.
Okay. And West Coast at Optus, 4-2.
4-2.
Yeah. So that's a good start for a team that
4-2.
For a team that through the back and middle portion of last year just stumbled. I mean, remember they had to play in the play-in game against the Dogs at Marvel in order to.
Well, they lost the game to Melbourne.
Yeah,
they lost the game to Melbourne, and that's when the wobble started for them.
Right, yeah.
They've got to win the games they've got to win.
Yeah,
like they've got to win the winnable games, and the games that are 50-50, they've got to sneak a few of them in because they're going to win their fair share of games at home.
Absolutely.
Phil Thorpe, obviously a big out today for the Adelaide Crows, and we forgot about him.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He fits straight back in the side. Alex Pearce, who looks like Fabio with their flowing locks. He's just a good-looking specimen.
Captain again for season 2026. So, and obviously they have for the first time in a long time, no Nat Fyfe, who's retired at the back end of last season. So the Dockers looking pretty strong. Their age profile is something I think is really good. They've got a good young core and then some experienced guys. But their young guys, like Tracy, are stepping up.
Yeah, 21 to 25, really, really juicy. Yeah. Like, really, if you're a Fremantle fan, you've got a couple of really good years. But Fremantle can be their worst enemy at times. You know, they just seem to do silly things. So they just can't lose those games that they, when they put themselves in a winning position. You know, it was a game against Collingwood where they turned things around, wasn't it? Where they got back in and got their season back on track. So, now they want to get off to a start. I think both these sides are going to be 2 and 4 to 3 and 3. I can't see one of these sides being 5 and 1.
No, absolutely not. We've got a couple of minutes, so we might run through the results from earlier today as well. The Saints by 43 points over the Bombers. What they get? 17-13, 115 to 10-12, 72. I think it was a good start. Windhager 41 disposals, Sinclair 39. Nasai Wanganeen Miller had 28 and kicked 4.
It's a poor night by Naz.
Seriously.
Very poor night
Sam
by Naz.
Flanders 27 playing pure midfield as well. I think he's going to be one to watch for them.
How was De Koning's eye in the end?
I think he was okay. He was interviewed post-game and he had a smile on his face. So, again, take very little out of it. I think second half it opened up a little bit. The Saints tried a few things. The interesting one will be the Marshall De Koning forward ruck setup.
Marshall got a goal today.
Yeah, Marshall kicked 2.
He kicked 2.
So he was forward to the
footy. Did Koning get any?
De Koning, no, he had a shot and missed it. Okay. So I think it was about a 70-30 split in the end between De Koning and Marshall in the ruck. So we'll see how that all plays out. An ankle injury, though, the only thing to Ryan Burns for the Saints. So
he'll miss the start of the season.
Cal Wilkie didn't. Cal Wilkie he came off in the first quarter only with a corked calf, though. So and they will get Jack Silvani back for opening round against Collingwood as well.
So he didn't play today, did he?
Didn't play. He was in concussion protocols from last week. So opening round, Ox. I'm intrigued to get your thoughts on this. It all kicks off. You thought we had another week of leeway. Thursday night this week.
I was hoping for another week.
Yeah. Thursday night.
It's crept up on us very, very quickly.
Yeah. So the Charlie Curnow return, we don't have to wait too long. Sydney and Carlton on Thursday night. An intriguing battle. I think Sydney, they're my premiership tip, just because I think... Well, I just think
they're my biggest riser for the year for Sydney.
I just think that Sydney, now that they've got their replacement for Buddy Franklin, just didn't work with McDonald. Amadi's a good player, but not that dominant force. They've got that guy forward of the footy that they can kick to. And
they've also got Errol Goulding fit and firing, and their midfield's going, and their backline's good.
So imagine Goulden, Warner and Heaney kicking you the ball, and Blakey through half-back.
Geez.
I just think on a small ground where Curnow is the type he likes to mark at half-forward, wheel and go on the left, I just think that they are a very, very red-hot chance to win a lot of games this season. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they go. What do you think of that game, Carlton and
I'll be tipping the Swannies. I think the next one's a beauty as well. Yeah. The Suns versus the Cats.
Yeah.
Suns are chock-a-block full of excitement. They've got some new players up there that are going to certainly deliver with Christian Petrarca and the like.
Do you play Jamara in this game?
Of course you do.
You
if he's fit, you play him.
Yeah.
If he's ready to go. But the Cats are the Cats.
Yeah.
They win. They always win.
They always win. Are they a team that can finish top 4 again this year?
Yep.
It's because of how consistent they are.
But they've got a lot of players out early.
Yeah.
So I think Jeremy Cameron's doubtful. Brian Myers won't be playing.
Yep. I think actually they confirmed that they will be ready to go for opening round today.
Both of them?
I'm pretty sure that I saw an article that Myers and Cameron might be available.
I reckon Brian Myers is going to be doubtful.
Okay, all right.
He's my info. But you got to remember, they get Tanner Bruin.
Yeah. Who looked really good the other night.
They're well coached.
Yeah, they are.
And they're deep, and they're very, very deep. I think they're all fabulous games. So, and then we've got the Giants versus the Hawks.
They might be a slider now, the Giants, with all these injuries that they're getting. Daniels, Tom Green is such a big out for them.
They bring in Oliver. So it's not like for like, but I'm telling you, Oliver is a much better player than Green is playing.
They'll be happy now that they made that investment to have a backup ready-made back up in the middle of the ground.
For sure.
But now he's got to... It's got to be...
I'm telling you tip against the Giants at your own peril.
Yeah.
Because I know Hawthorn are a good side, but the Giants are a very good team.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going up and doing that game on AFL Nation.
Is that with Jared?
Yeah. So
I enjoy
Saturday
that.
afternoon.
And then I think this is a cracker. I think this is a cracker.
This might be the game of the round.
So I've got the Brisbane Lions taking on the Western Bulldogs. I love the doggies. Forward line. I'll be tipping the doggies in that one.
Really?
Well, they've had a lot longer pre-season. There's a bit of fire in the belly to win as many games as they did last year in Miss Finals. They're going to be stung, and I'm not convinced that Brisbane's pre-season and off-season has been their best.
Yeah, you think that the distractions behind the scenes might have a bearing on their season?
Especially when it's a quality play like we're talking about.
And mentally it seep in at times.
Yeah,
and people that...
But Chris Fagan's a genius.
As bad as it is, Oxen, and it shouldn't be this way, people are going to yell at him over the fence, at Lachie Neale over the fence about this, and it shouldn't happen. But unfortunately, the nature of the beast is that he's probably going to cop a hammering this year.
I went to the Emirates Stadium and I watched Manchester United play Arsenal, and Ryan Giggs had just been in a lot of trouble for infidelity.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything like it.
Really?
You know what happened? Ryan Giggs kicked the 2 winners. He kicked 2 goals and it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Lachie Neale is that good that it might be water off a duck's back.
Oh, absolutely. And look, it's unfortunate that is the way that the footy landscape goes. But anyway, we'll see how it plays out throughout the year. And then the final game, the only game in Melbourne on the on F1 Sunday and the public holiday eve. St Kilda up against Collingwood. So MCG,
I'm tipping St Kilda.
There's 86,000 plus expected at this game. It's a fully ticketed event now. St Kilda's highest home and away crowd ever, I think, is 84,300 or something.
You'll get in the 90s. If the weather's conducive, you'll get in the 90s.
And the Grand Prix is on at 3 o'clock, so people can roll from the Grand Prix into the MCG.
Right. That's all we need is Collingwood supporters.
Who've been on the gas all day.
Rocking up and St Kilda supporters. But no, I think for St Kilda...
Are you a believer this year in them? That they can improve?
No, I've admired what you've done. Because you've given hope.
Yeah.
And that's what footy's all about this time of year. It's about hope. Now, if it works, it works. Unbelievable. If it doesn't work, you can't say you didn't have a go.
Yeah. I agree.
Because footy there's so much luck involved with footy.
So my theory was on all of this, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to sit back and be 12th for 10 years and
have a go?
Yeah. So you might as well have a go.
Have a dip. Absolutely. You've got to pay overs. You'll get 1 or 2 of them right. You'll get 1 or 2 of them wrong. But gee whiz, if you sneak a premiership, aren't we going to be saying that's a masterstroke?
Absolutely. Nice work by you. We've got a couple of games coming up tomorrow as well to round out what is a big pre-season competition. David Schwartz signing off. Not far away till opening round. Here are the highlights as we head out. It was the Dockers winning at home. Thrown in, left forward pocket. Jackson takes it out of the ruck, snaps. Pain of 50. Oh, that's a goal. He has kicked the goal. That's a great finish from Luke Jackson. We mentioned how important he's going to be as he spun it around on his boot, sent it high into the sky, and it drifted and went in. The first goal of the afternoon. Shelley threw it on his boot. High ball to half forward. I think that was Fogarty. Oh, the step was beautiful on Davies. Low and flat punch inside 50. Walker mopped it up. Keys is there if they want him. Instead, Pedler takes it and pumps it through. Nice build-up from the Crows. Mitch Marsh launches this one inside 50. Booming kick. That went all of 60 metres, Ox. What a way to announce yourself on the big stage.
I don't reckon it was 60. Look where he kicked it from.
He's inside.
That's 80.
Yeah, it might be 80 on the breeze.
It's 80 metres.
Murphy Reid to half forward. Kicking exquisite at the moment for the Dockers. Voss, he can load up if he wants. He sends it into the breeze. Waiting in the goal square was Tobin Murray. And now he gets a look at his first goal. 20 years old, 180 centimetre small forward.
It's only tiny.
22 goals from 17 VFL games for Geelong last year. Out of Colac, he runs around and kicks the goal. He'll love that moment. Defensive 50, ball to the wing. Nicely trapped there by Rochelle, who went back inboard. And in the breeze, he sets it up. Long inside 50. Keys can run into an open goal as it sits up for him. He does that and he dribbles it low and punches it through. So Crows get one against the run of play.
So Villa, he's coming in for number 3.
In the left forward pocket, around the body, beautiful strike. He's a good player. Luke Pedler hung it up in the breeze, brought it back nicely. He's got 3. Tex sets it up to the square. Big fly. Came deep, but now the shot at goal is a beauty. Very nice finish from Cook. around his body. Beautiful kick into the path of Frederick. He gets steady, shot at goal, finishes it beautifully. He's classy, Michael Frederick. He's got something to like about him. That was a nice steady from about 38 metres out on the run. Here's Bolton. Sharked it beautifully. Snapped the ball through the middle of the goals. That's what they brought him for. A little bit of flair, but he was standing all by himself. And that's easy pickings for Shea Bolton. Can they get a late one with 5 seconds left? Bolton back inboard to Young. Back out to Murphy Reid, and that should do us. As Reid dance steps around Shoal, and he didn't hear the siren. Nice hit out for both sides as they now have a week to set themselves up for their round one clash. Freo 12-12-84. Adelaide 9-14-68. The Dockers by 16 points at Rushton Park in Mandurah.
This is the 2026 AFL Community Series on AFL Nation. Thanks to Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
Subscribe to SEN Sports on YouTube for all the best analysis from SEN's team of experts. What's your favourite radio show from inside the studio? Search for SEN and subscribe today.
To Off the Bench thanks to McDonald's.
10 delicious new drinks just landed at McCafe. Try the gulp-worthy new range today.
And your local Tyre Power.
Big Brands Better Buy sale now on with 25% off selected Falcon and Dunlop tyres. tyrepower.com.au.
Top of the morning to you. Big warm welcome wherever you're listening right around Australia. It's great to have your company. This is Off the Bench for the mighty Tyre Power. Big Brands Better Buy sale on now at 25% off selected Falcon and Dunlop tyres at tyrepower.com.au. And for Macca's, cop this picks 10 delicious new drinks if a hit at Macca's. We'll talk about that this morning. The cold drinks range has arrived with a bang at the McCafe, including the gulp-worthy new range today. As I say, last night, by the way, in the Community Series, Melbourne over Richmond, and the Bulldogs comfortably over the Hawks, and 1-1 in the A-League Melbourne victory, and the Adelaide United and the cricket. I've just put a line through with Australia out. No, in seriousness, it's been good coverage, great coverage from Tom and the team, and England defeating New Zealand by 4 wickets. So I say good morning and welcome on Pay It Forward Saturday to my old China plate Pixie. How are you, Pix?
Hello, Hutch. G'day, everyone. It's beautiful day in Melbourne. Bit humid.
Has been.
Really
We've
humid.
already had one text off the 40 Wings temper text, mattress like no other, to get the Doc's odd brother Mark on to talk weather.
It has been a weird weather week.
It has been a weird weather week, we
would say.
So there has been a push early for the Doc. So there you go.
For the Doc?
For the Doc's odd brother Mark.
Odd weather brother.
Yep.
Loving
and
brother.
it is Paid It Forward Saturday.
Why Paid It Forward? What does that mean?
Well, it's we're a legion of people, footy fans, who
fictitiously yes, gotcha.
And mistakenly go in the search of credit points.
Yeah, which you can't cash.
There's people...
Brownie points, they're the biggest rort in the game.
There's people out there...
Mowing lawns as we speak.
Out there thinking that they can get ahead of the 35 hours of television and radio they're going to do every weekend till September.
Yeah.
By getting a few credits in the bank today. They do not exist.
No, well, they exist, but you're just uncashable. There's not a bank that will cash them.
And they are quick forgotten.
They are very quickly forgotten.
But this is our Pay It Forward today. We always like to ask the audience, what's your feeble attempt today
there is footy on
to
that,
build
Raj.
value in advance? No, but any real footy fan picks...
Yeah.
Who's going to be in for the 7, 8, 9 game marathon on weekend, is happy to sacrifice the practice today.
The practice matches,
This is your day. You get to IKEA, you go around.
Get to IKEA, the trap at IKEA.
You're out, you're in your Bunnings, you're getting yourself set, you're getting organised and sorted. You are mowing the lawn without question. You're probably doing a bit of work in the backyard.
Yep.
And it is Pay It Forward Saturday. So if you or your husband or wife is attempting to do this, 1300 23 55 48 is the number.
It is a good race day.
1300 20.
There's good races on.
But you live to a different set of rules to everyone else.
Oh, no, I don't.
You do.
I'm working today. I'm doing the game.
And you're almost through the new ball. I reckon end of March.
Well, hey, tell me, does this count as finishing the radio today and then going and picking up a washing machine?
Oh, that's exactly
and then
behaviour.
from Brighton and then taking it back to Albert Park.
That's exactly paid for. No,
what more can I do?
If this is round 2, that chance of that getting done?
No way.
0.
No way. But I've got 3 hours in between radio and...
You're paying it forward.
So I am. I'm part of the pay it forward.
No, you were part of it. Look, this is you trying to reinvent your technique.
It's very hard when you get to my age to reinvent your technique.
Set in your ways.
Picking up washing machines, not really my bag as a general rule.
You're the Labuschagne of relationships, you are. You're in there just trying to tinker with some things just to see how come you keep nicking and getting fine.
Yes, I agree. It seems a little bit strange that I'm doing that stuff.
Just on relationships, by the way.
Yeah.
Last week we touched on a couple of songs.
Yeah, we did.
After we learnt you had one, and
You've got one.
It's described what I did.
Rita Ora.
So the postscript to that was, turns out that the other half of the combination didn't recall or know the said song.
Oh, really?
But her friend did.
Right.
I've fallen hard down the pops when these songs been forgotten, haven't I, over the years?
Yeah, you have. Yeah. It's been a while, though. Yeah. Mine's still fresh.
Yeah, we're a year one sort of song, so it's better 8 years and longer than 2.
Exactly right. Well,
whereas you're still playing it on Friday nights when you get home from work.
Yeah, pretty much. not quite.
We're at different points.
Vacuuming right now, Ando says. So there's a few people trying to pay it forward. The vacuuming at this time of the morning on a Saturday. Oh, boy.
I was going to tell you a joke about IKEA, by the way, but...
What were you going to tell me?
The story, it goes too long. It couldn't work out the beginning, middle, and the end of it.
Was that the joke?
Yeah, bad joke.
Yeah, it was a bit of a wiki. But someone did say here, if you go to IKEA today, be prepared to not get out before round 3. That's literally how long it takes to get out of the maze without browsing. I agree.
Traffic is at the high end too at the moment because you've got Pay It Forward Saturday today, which complicates traffic.
Yep.
And then you've got the Grand Prix descending on our area.
It's unbelievable how bad the traffic's been around South Melbourne. Oh, my God.
Can't move.
Can't move.
Side streets.
Yeah, they're all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was down in South Melbourne on... What day is it today?
Here we go. How long do we have to allow for this?
Anyway, but I left, Middle Park at 3:15. I was on air at 4 to call the match. 3:57 from Middle Park to here. We're in St Kilda Road. We're on
there you go, man.
Kingsway.
You should have just done
that. I was gridlocked. I couldn't get... I said to Benny Lyon, I might miss a jump here. He goes, where are you? I said, about 800 metres away, but I cannot move.
Which should have done the John Setka and got on the scooter. Did you see that?
I've been riding the Lion bike a bit.
Have you?
Yeah, but I couldn't.
You become a scooter guy?
No, the bike. The Lion bike. Yep. They're easy, Archie. You could ride them.
How does it work?
They're motorised.
Yeah, but where do you find them around the place?
Wherever.
Yep.
There was one at the end of my, right at the front of my house this morning. I'm thinking, God, if I wasn't dropped the car home, I could ride to the pub today.
Have you really?
But I can't. I can't because I've got to call the match.
You've worked out there pub friendly, haven't you?
Very pub friendly on the way there. I don't think I'd be riding them home, but... I did.
When Luke Beveridge used to get his skateboard down to the pub, East Boundary.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. There's a few people clearing. There's a lot of the
roof gutters. Yeah, that's actually a good move.
Won't mean anything come next weekend. He says they had to pay it forward and playing cricket for 8 hours a day. That's not pay it forward. Yep. There you go. Paul Hedges making sure invisible noticed at all times. Mark from Camberwell.
Yes, absolutely. Well. It's been a bit of because the weather's been so weird. I did that last night. I actually did my all the bamboo out the back that blows over when there's been a storm.
You are in paid forward mode.
No, this is at my joint. I had to get the outside vac out because when it rains and windy, next door's bamboo goes all into my courtyard. Yes, exactly right, Andy.
Just from your experience, just to Mark from Camberwell's text on Pay It Forward, being visible at all times, how often do you remind, how often do you check in on the reminders? Oh, I've just finished that gutter, now I'm about to go and do can I get you in? How often do you do the whole check-in just to be seen?
No, a little bit.
In your experience?
Not over the top. Not over the top. I do need to do a bit of stuff around my house, but... when someone's moved into their new place, you've got to sort of help.
Yeah, I do so little.
Yeah.
I do nothing, really.
One of my mates...
But any time I do anything, I'm a reminder.
Yeah. Are you completely useless
it's a bad habit.
when it comes to... Like, I'm completely useless. I have to get a boy to do everything for me.
Yep.
But one of my mates is even more useless than me. He's moved into a place in South Bank, and he got a coat stand. It came in a flat pack. Air Tasker. Paid $150. I think the coat stand where you're paying I think that only cost $100. He paid $150 for a bloke to put it up in 20 minutes.
Paid more to put it up than to pay for it.
Yes. Yes, that's how useless he is. But anything in a flat pack, no, that's it.
If you paid for something more to install than you actually buyed, let us know. 1300 23 55 48.
I would say you.
And what have you outsourced? I'm the outsource.
Yeah, I'm like you. I don't even pretend I'm good at doing stuff. Like I just. And everyone that knows me knows that that's exactly, I'm useless at anything to do with, manual labour, if you like. I get someone to do it. But Skins is worse than me.
He's an outsourcer.
Yeah, you're just as bad.
I'm a complete outsourcer.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
I think
people are good at that stuff.
When you arrive at the point that you have a self-awareness of how poor you are as a human being, then you just got to get comfortable with it, and you got to actually find other people that can do all the stuff in life you can't do.
Exactly.
Unfortunately for me, it's a long list.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people are checking off the 40 Wings temper text, needing an update on your now memorabilia problem where it's stuck at the ex's parents' house.
Yeah.
It's been an 18-month
I haven't. No,
contact sort of thing.
Haven't.
We went public with this last Saturday.
I didn't go public. You asked me where it was. I told you. No, I haven't. It's still there. If it's still there, I don't know. I haven't touched it.
So, was there any feedback to last Saturday's show?
No.
Because I have told you I'll put a crew together of the Warrigal boys. We'll put balaclavas on.
No, I don't think there's any just to be too worried about there. But paying it forward, washing my winter horse rugs by hand. Some from George.
Craig's just saying yes to everything.
Yeah, he is. Good move, Craig. This is the weekend to say yes to everything. Do you want to do that? Yeah, I will go to the Moonlight Cinema. I will. Don't worry about watching Fremantle and Adelaide or whoever's playing tonight.
1300 23 55 48 is the number to join the conversation. How are you paying it forward, or whatever else is on your mind? 1300 23 55 48. I went to Ed Sheeran last night, Pix.
Oh, it would have been awesome.
Very good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Was that Marvel, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a complete one-man show. Solo acts. Very good.
Same sort of songs, but I mean,
what's your favourite Ed Sheeran song?
Photograph, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Very good. Yeah, I don't think I was going to say.
No, Photograph. Photograph is that's my Nickelback song. Or is there a Photograph at Ed Sheeran too?
Yeah, there is. Yep.
Okay.
1300
anything with a photograph then.
1300 23 55 48.
Hey, I saw during the week, Hutchie, that they've done it again. The Herald Sun scooped the pools in their own awards.
Well, actually, this is not their awards, to be fair. This is the Quills, which is the highest honour in Victorian journalism. So few of us have won these.
So few of us, yeah, of course.
But what you're referring to is, and I was going to touch on this in the third person, but we'll do this now. So, yes, they have been, there's a couple of nominees from the Herald Sun who have quickly congratulated themselves on X.
Yeah. Yeah, Jay Clark, massive congratulations to the Herald Sun AFL team on the Quill Award nominations, and then he, of course, was nominated. Ralphie did the same thing. Thrilled to be nominated.
And Macca and myself on concussion for the AFL.
Yes.
Huge thanks to everyone who helped this work.
Yeah.
And then Ralphie's thrilled to be nominated for the Sports News.
Of course he is.
And for the Harry Gordon Sports Journalist of the Year. So they've been very quick to acknowledge themselves.
Of course. Well done, guys.
And thank themselves for their role in their nomination.
You know what else it is? It's a 1 week anniversary. It's JD's, Johnny Donahoe's 1 year anniversary, not 1 week, sorry. 1 year anniversary since JD has started talking about Sam Darcy with this famous bit of audio.
There's actually no defender in the competition capable of going with him in the air.
Not if he gets front spot and he going full stretch.
But if he's full stretch, so you think he's 208 centimetres head to toe, arms in the air, he'd be, I don't know, another 10 centimetres maybe more?
Well, he's 10 centimetres. Well, his arm's only 10 centimetres long.
No, maths is not a strong point of mine, Piggers, clearly. But
they're the smallest arms I've ever
had. Well, okay, let's say
those little dwarf arms.
Let's say 30 then.
God, 30? How long are your arms? Put your arms up.
I don't know, Pix. I'm not a bloody scientist or a mathematician or whatever it is.
Yeah, you certainly are not, JD. So it's been a year since that famous Johnny Donahoe T-Rex arms of Sam Darcy. So well done to you. Castle on the Hill, not a bad song. Great song. Love it. Yeah, fantastic.
The A-Team? You like the A-Team? That was the original back in 2011.
The A-Team?
The A-Team was his original hit.
Was it?
His breakout song, yes.
Oh, so 2011. How's the A-Team go? I don't remember it. We might need Zipper out the back to just find that for me. I'll know it if I hear
She's
it.
in the Class A team, stuck in her.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, is that what it's actually called?
But maybe
the A team.
Slowly slipping.
Yeah, I know the song.
Like pasty. Yep.
Yeah, very good. So who'd you go along with last night?
I just had a little crew. Yeah, it was a good bunch of friends.
To check my phone's working. No invite.
No
invite. How did I miss out on that?
I narrowed it down to a few couples.
I haven't